Did
Hey,
you see?
Scott, we're live. This is happening. Hey guys, we're live with some bonus content.
Now I'm gonna do my test recording right now.
I'm I'm Alex O'Neill. Scott's here. Nabashin's here. Tony's on his way, so I have to go find him. But for now, Nabashin and Scott are going to talk about Adventure Time. So, you guys go talk about Adventure Time, I guess.
Yeah, sure.
Will do. Alright.
Well, like I said, like I'm a few episodes behind you, Scott, but like
Alright, so I'm just gonna list off some names. Did you see On the Lam yet? About
which one was
Martin's
that?
dad. About the famous dad, Martin.
No.
Alright, did you see episode 4, Orgalorg? It's about Gunter.
That's the one I saw.
Okay.
That's the last one I saw.
Okay, so you also saw Be Sweet. Let's see what the list. You forgot your floaties.
Wait, I thought that was the one with Gunter. The floaties one.
No, the floaties one is the one with Betty.
Who's Betty?
Ice King's wife, Magic.
Right.
I can't hear you yet.
Magic, yeah, like that whole business.
Yeah. See, this
that?
is what I'm talking about, dude. Because like, this is the thing
No
about
offense, not machine, but fuck you.
This is the thing about Adventure Time. I love you, Tony.
Uh-huh.
It's like there's like too much happening right now. Because like that's the thing about the show.
Hi, Scott.
With everything happening, because like I know everything's gonna come back to it. Because this is Adventure Time. Nothing is thrown away. Everything comes back to something. So we had like the Gunter. Had like the Lich in him and like the Cosmic Owl Dream thing, and then we had like him being like an alien god, and then like there's all this stuff is just like happening now, and it's like it's all is coming to something, and it's like
Yep, the metaphor I had for it. If shit could hit the fan any faster, there would be no room to shower.
Yeah, exactly. And like even that Grables episodes where you see like the future of the series and like where everything's going to eventually lead to. Like I said, that show is just getting so fucking crazy, but it's like so good at the same time. Like it's like, and that's what I'm saying. Like nothing is thrown away. So everything is gonna come back to something, and just like even the Betty stuff, like this stuff is happening. This is so good though.
We also learned that magic goes two ways. One, if you have magic, you're batshit crazy. Two, if you go batshit crazy, you get magical powers.
Yeah.
What other thing did we learn? Because we learned something else about the universe too. That is one thing.
Yeah.
Magic Man is Glob's brother. I don't think I knew that.
I don't think we knew that either. Actually, I think we did. But
I remember him
never
being from Mars and everything, but that's when we learned it. Okay, yeah.
We learned it when they did the Mars thing.
Yeah. But yeah, like shit's just going insane.
How insane is it?
Okay, here's the metaphor that we have for it. If shit could hit the fan any faster, there would be no time to shower.
I mean, I didn't shower anyway, so I guess it's all work. Tony's here.
Hi.
Hi, Tony. How you doing?
Scott, where are you?
My house.
Yeah.
Scott, why aren't you here for Bloodborne?
Scott said he might come over after we record for Bloodborne.
I'm probably gonna
Better
come
come
over.
over for Bloodborne.
Yeah.
Probably gonna come over after the Bloodborne.
Yeah, why not?
Yo, this sucks. Yeah, I can't.
It's not that hard. Do you want
I'm
to
just
use
not
the other
driving
end?
over right now.
Tony and I are trying to figure out how to open a bottle. There you go. You got it.
And I used my end.
You did. Hit my microphone. Tony, what do you think of my little setup down here?
I like it. It's cute.
Yeah, this is a podcast.
It's like half as cute as you.
Aw, that's so sweet. It's pretty cute down here. I'm gonna let you guys know.
Hold on.
the
Let's make you
desk
feel
over there,
bad. In referendum to a puppy. How cute is this?
Yeah, like a really cute puppy. Like we're talking like Saint Bernard puppies. They're really cute.
Oh, they can see me.
Yeah,
Hey.
Yeah, there's a light on them.
The answer I'm looking for is not at all.
Not. Just it's like if we could divide by 0, we'd be doing it right now.
So I'm just gonna get out there and say that all of my E3 predictions are fucked.
Yeah,
they just got spoiled.
Actually, everything's fucked. So bonus content. Are you guys? Did you cover your Adventure Time? Anything else you need to get out there?
No, we pretty much covered it because like I gotta see the rest of it.
Okay.
He needs to see the other couple episodes, which fucking I'm watching right now.
Right at this second.
Right
Yeah,
now.
Scott has zero commitment to this podcast. He's the glue, but we don't need him right now. He needs Adventure Time. We need to respect that.
That
It's
motherfucker
it's
over
Gus. Gus.
Yeah.
I only
Gus's
have
return.
a couple minutes left.
Yeah, I mean, do what you will. Let's catch up.
I'm gonna fucks around with this pop filter for a while.
Nobishin, how you doing?
I'm fine. Work is being stupid as far as like
You stay over there. I got this.
Okay, continue, Nobishin. I'm sorry, Tony was being very rude.
No offense.
No offense.
No offense. Yeah, this work has been getting kind of weird. Like the store manager is getting ready to leave to go to another building because the other building's like a real shit show, and she's going to take over for that.
Hasn't that happened like before while you've been working for this company?
It was more like when I first got there, my department manager, my deli manager, Becky, she started working like the week of when I got there because they switched leaders that day. So it's been a weird situation. The store manager thing didn't happen. But like my store manager, Miss Spencer, and I really did like her. She's really cool. She lives like at the end of next week. But she's a sweet lady. She's like one of the glues to that place. Like like the thing that is like, oh man, I really be sad when I go because I won't see her anymore. Like she's one of those, and like my manager Becky's one of those too. And like it seems like as soon as like she leaves and the next guy comes in, like that guy and my store manager, my department manager Becky has like history with him, so like she might leave too. So like it's like, oh well, fuck, I have no reason to stay here anymore. So like it's getting to that point now. But like I got my thing on Monday anyway, so I don't know, maybe I won't even stay there for that long. Hopefully that's the case. I was hoping for that anyway, but we'll see what happens with that. Other than that, though, today's Katie's birthday.
Happy birthday, Katie!
Happy birthday, Katie.
She's out right now.
Partying.
Not really. She's out with Mark's family, actually her family too, because her in-laws. But like, they're at some place in Hampton eating. And then like later on, they're gonna go to Mark's grandma's house, and I'm supposed to be up with them there, have some cake with them, enjoy myself with them, and then try to come back here, hopefully to finish up the show with you guys. But we'll see what happens with that. Other than that, though, my niece and nephew are coming back on Tuesday. So
Your other nephew, right?
Yeah, my other nephew.
What's he like? You've never talked about him.
William? I never talked to William. Well, did I have talked about my niece Yasminda?
You mentioned her once. When it was like her birthday or something.
Maybe like my niece. When they were growing up, my niece is like the one that gravitated the most to me. Like she's a little girl. She's the smallest of the group, of the three, and like there's not really any girls around, and like she liked anime and stuff like that. Or at least I got into that type of stuff. So she always clinged to me. I was always like She was like always like the chimp, and I was the the owner. She was Curious George, and I was the
you were the Greg Blaney of her friend zone.
I guess.
I'm saying you were. Don't agree with me.
I mean, I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't even get that right.
It was an anime joke that you both watched anime.
The Animus.
Okay.
Animus.
I mean, like it's more like it's not really like anime. She just like really just watched it. She's not like she watched Dragon Ball or anything like that. That was like the one thing that she loved, and like I used to watch it with her. That and Hyori, she liked Hyori too.
Yeah.
I already liked her.
Pretty much like any girl related stuff she was really into. So like I think I even got a little bit into Aura in high school, but didn't get her too much into it because for her age that's the most appropriate thing because of the Hikaru and Kaoru. But it'll go over that. I bet you will love it now. Anyway, but my nephew William, William's always been like not really the problem child, because like he's a good kid. He's all that stuff. He has a little attitude. He has attitude, like he always had attitude, and it's like like I've been with Vernon his entire life. William I've been with through majority of it, and Yasminda even less than that. Me and Yasmin were instant hit. Me and William has always been like a little bit of like friction. It's like two dudes going at each other, but like it's like I know when William grows up, he's gonna be like a man type of thing.
he's gonna be an alright dude.
Yeah, he's gonna be fine. He's gonna be a good, like, straight up dude. But since like because like someone like Vernon, like he grew up with me my entire life. Oh, I mean, other way around. I grew up with him his entire life, or I was with him his entire life. That's
close enough, man. You got it.
Yeah. So he picked up my mannerisms. So it's kind of like
that's pretty cool.
He's
like a little Brian.
Well, sort of like cause like he. Like I'm not the most manliest person. That's what I'm saying. It's like I feel like if I were to have children, I would feel like I would want a girl instead of a boy, just because like I feel like I could just do stuff like that better. And I'm not more of a sports guy or anything like that. So like, because Vern is he's more closed in. He doesn't like spiders and stuff like that. He doesn't like really try anything as far. Well, he tries stuff, but it's like like. It's like my favorite, like a good example is like, you see a roller coaster, he won't try it because he's too scared to do that type of thing. Or it's dark downstairs, so he won't go downstairs because it's too dark. He's a little sissified for a 12-year-old boy.
Yeah, I mean, like that. I totally agree. I mean, I think I'm in the same boat. I would rather have a daughter because I'm a very feminine man. Yeah. I'll admit it. I cried this week at some point. So, which is unrelated. I'm just saying I'm a bit of a sissy myself, so there's no shame in that.
Yeah, it's just more of like I connected with my niece so much that like it's like it just seems like that just works more for me as far as like me being a father. But I do like whenever Vernon wants to do anything, I'm always down for it. Wants to ride a bike, I'll ride a bike with him. He wants to play catch, I'll play catch with him. It's just like anytime you want to be like I guess you could say the culturally correct way of being a boy. Like, I'll always help you try to do that type of stuff as much as I can because I'm not even that familiar with it, but whatever.
Yeah.
That's enough for me.
That's the story of Brian Nabishin Jackson. Scott, what about you? How's life, man? Just relaxing on your break.
He's watching Adventure Time.
Oh, that's right. He's watching Adventure. Tony, you're here.
I'm here.
You're in my house.
I'm in your house.
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
I don't believe you.
Really?
I chose not to believe you.
Well, most likely by like 95% certainty you have a job now, which is kind of neat.
Okay, that's solid. That's a solid start.
Yeah.
I can start with 95% and then
go to 100.
I keep it 100.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know if you've heard about me. I'm like Iggy Azalea. I keep it 100.
So I'll be selling sacks.
Oh, the job Ethan turned you on to.
Yes.
I have a love sack.
Yeah.
This is exactly what you think it is. A big bean bag that you put in your living room and sit on.
Exactly right.
Except it doesn't have beans. It has like this weird foam.
Yeah.
Do you know all the technicalities to it? Are you going to
Not
be
yet.
super pretentious about it like Ethan is?
No.
So my roommate, Ethan, he's a character on the show. We know him. But we frequently get new listeners, especially now. He's like, he knows so much about Lovesack at this point. Lovesack is a company. They sell big sacks that you sit on.
Giant sacks.
Giant sacks. He's like, well, it's not a bean bag. It's got this polyester foam in it that it can regain its original shape to a full extent. So it's not like memory foam. It's like the opposite of memory foam. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, no one cares.
Yeah, exactly.
No one cares about your foam, your memory. I forgot. You probably did. Well, you didn't because you keep bringing up how it's not memory foam. So that's gonna be you soon.
Yeah.
This could be you.
It could be.
So how's life outside of that? We hung out recently. You weren't on the show for a couple weeks.
Yeah. So that should improve. We've been kind of doing stuff, and
we're gonna do stuff after this.
Yeah.
Sex stuff.
Yeah. Sex stuff.
We're gonna stream Bloodborne after this. So if you're watching live,
maybe Scott will be here.
Yeah, maybe Scott will be here.
But probably not.
Yeah, we'll be here. We'll get him here.
I might be there.
We'll get Scott.
Scott, if you don't come here, I'll be real sad.
There you go.
There you go. And like unofficial host Chris.
Yeah, unofficial host Chris. Unofficial Bloodborne camaraderie Chris. Chris Sheehy. I shouldn't have said his last name. Whatever.
Oops.
Don't bother. Leave Chris alone.
Oh, quick side note. I'm just curious. Has Evan and Greg been over and seen your house yet?
They haven't. Greg is going to be here.
Fucking terrible friends.
Greg wanted to be here for when I moved, but he couldn't because he works literally all the time.
Yeah, I understand that.
Evan hasn't. Evan did text me individually saying that he wants to come over and hang out, though.
And get back his microphone?
No, he said he wants to leave his microphone here so that he has to come here to record because that'll get him out of the house more and hanging out more. And I said that's a good idea. Just actually fucking do it. And here we are without Evan. But actually I have 4 of these microphones, or condenser microphones, because mine's different. Because my brother has one. So I can actually support up to 4 really good sounding people here now.
Well, you only need 1 really good sounding people.
Yeah, I'm just saying I don't have to use the dynamics. Yeah, I know. You're a real flirt tonight, aren't you, Tony?
Always.
I'm gonna be worried about these drinks.
I brought alcohol to get you loose.
Get me all greased up.
Yeah.
Evan wants to come over. Greg does. Greg will be here for E3. He confirmed that. We talked about it last week. But he said he'll be here. So that's good. I'm guessing Greg took off work. No, we shouldn't. That's the only way.
That's why I said let him know way in advance.
Tony, why are you in the Google Hangout? So
I can see people.
Okay, I guess. Yeah, you can't see their faces. What were we talking about, Tony? We were talking about you. How's life?
It's all right.
Yeah. Okay, just all right.
Yeah.
Just okay.
Just okay.
That's good.
You know.
All right is better than like bad.
I guess.
So a moment where we contemplated existence. Scott, are you done Adventure Time?
Yep.
Okay. How's life, Scott?
Pretty good.
Pretty good?
Yeah, pretty good.
I like that. See? Positivity. Jesus fucking Christ. What you been up to, man?
Not too much. A lot of chores. House is clean now.
Yeah, just clean up the house. You are unemployed currently, I believe.
Yep.
I feel you. Like, it's not like I'm not attacking him now, because I don't have a job.
I didn't say a fucking word.
You just sat there laughing over there like.
I didn't even do that.
Oh, I thought I heard you laugh. Maybe it was just Tony in my ears.
Maybe.
Yeah, I feel you, Scott.
So what happened with that?
Are you gonna?
Not much.
Are you looking for like employment? Are you on the market?
Yep.
Can we sell your body? Sell Scott. Buy Scott.
No.
If you want to buy Scott, please contact us.
He can do basic Java and C++. You can do C++, right?
Yeah. I know up the threading.
He knows up to threading. Whatever that means, he'll do it. All right, cool. Anything else? Anything you guys want to talk about? Air your grievances out.
No, not really.
This is an open and honest environment, as we found out today. All right, good. I had a good week. If you guys are curious, I did
Not curious.
All right. Well,
all right, moving on.
I'm going to talk about it.
Go ahead, talk about it.
I got Tony's here.
Hey.
We're gonna hang out after this.
Yeah, we said that.
We're gonna kill that city.
Probably me.
We said that.
Probably with Scott. No, we
how long this takes.
Oh, we can go get more. It's fine.
Okay. I mean, well, if we get more. Well, you'll be fine. You've never gotten drunk in my presence ever.
Ever. Last time I was in college.
Yeah. I mean, like you drank like a fucking ML, like it was your goddamn job.
Yeah, exactly.
When you were in college, I heard Scott's stories like, yeah, Tony would just come up drunk and then just smash.
He did that once.
I had a lot of trouble doing the card thing to get into the room.
I mean, like I do that
afterwards.
I do have a good drunk story that isn't at home. I very rarely drink not at home. I went to College Park. Some of my friends go to University of Maryland College Park.
These names.
I'm going to refrain from saying their names, so I don't incriminate anybody. But I got drunk. We all sat in one of their dorm rooms, and we just took shots of gin and played Super Smash Bros. Melee until we were drunk. Which ends up we hadn't eaten, didn't take long. And then we were like, it sounds great after you've drunk a whole bunch of gin. And I'm like, what? Ice cream. And then I said, you are absolutely correct. He's like, there's a 24-hour ice cream place open like on campus. Let's go there. So we walked around the campus and I'm like, I hadn't eaten like in hours, way too many hours. And I maneuver ice cream place, and we meet up with two of their friends who are both very, very pretty ladies. And their idea was to leave me as a single bachelor, was to leave me with them at the table while they went and got ice cream. And that was a terrible idea. I'll let you guys know. I only vaguely remember some of the things I said, but I was not in any state to be around either of those very kind, very lovely women. But then I ate ice cream. It was incredible. And we went back and played more Smash Brothers. And then I sobered up and went home. So that's like my story outside of my home. I usually just drink at home. Get sloshed, as Tony knows.
Yeah.
And then Tony asks me to bar.
And then you eat quesadillas.
And then I eat and then I burn all of my hands making quesadillas for tons of people. And then Tony, opportune friend that he is, always asks to borrow things while I'm drunk.
Oh yeah, like really shitty games.
Like Watch Dogs. Although I like even when I sobered up and I remembered I lent that to you, I'm like, I don't care.
It's like Watch Dogs, you get shit.
Yeah, like you can play that. That's fine. Have you finished Watch Dogs?
No. I haven't touched it. I should have brought it with me. I don't care anymore. I'm gonna buy The Witcher. So
okay, good choice.
You should sell Watch Dogs and get The Witcher.
Yeah, I'll sell his copy of Watch Dogs.
Why would you do that? This week's been good. My brother moved in over the weekend. He's off frame right now. I'm not gonna bother him. But he moved in. He's not a crotchety old man, even if he sounds like it.
He sounded pretty much like one right there.
Yeah, I know. That was skillful. So he moved in. So all of his stuff's in here. So everybody's moved in now. We've been like overtime, just kind of unpacking. I think Ethan and I got most of our stuff unpacked. Although Ethan's still just in a constant state of unpacking all of his shit because he has so much stuff.
And so many comics.
Have you looked at his room at all?
Not since the last time I was here.
Okay, well, I mean, the situation hasn't changed.
Does Tony want to look at his room?
It's very hot in there. There's a rat. He built his rat a new. He refers to it as a condo. He's a pet rat for reference. Yeah. And he built him like a double-decker cage house, and he refers to it as Rat Boy Slim, the rat's name. He refers to it as his condominium. So I've been dealing with that. Yeah, it's been super weird because I've basically moved all of my nerd stuff out of my room. So my room is just a bed, a nightstand, and a dresser, and that's it. I went into your room and there was nothing there. That's exactly. You go in there and it looks like I'm a serial killer. And yeah, there's a false bottom on the bottom drawer of my dresser, and it's just a bunch of knives in there. If only that were true. I've just been like, that's where I sleep, and I'll like watch YouTube videos and stuff before I go to bed. So I'll bring my computer up with me, but mostly everything's downstairs, which is nice. It's nice to be like just not in my room all day. And like my brother works downstairs as well, so we're like hanging out, kind of indirectly, a lot. That's nice. I've been enjoying it. It's been good to have people around and not feel like I'm cutting myself out from the world. Yeah, Tony, I invited you here.
Yeah.
I did. Although I told Scott to pick you up.
It's true. You said, Scott, go get Tony.
Yeah, Scott, go
get Tony. And then I wasn't paying attention to my phone.
Yeah, it's normal stuff.
And here we are. But yeah, if you're watching the video, which you have to be to see this part, I always forget that. I have like a new setup here. I've got my podcast table kind of set up. Don't lift any part of this tabletop because it's very this is very makeshift right now. So I'm gonna hopefully get the right screws in at some point and get this table healthily set up. And yeah, we're gonna stream afterwards. I mean, you were here last time we did it. It's super easy.
Yeah, I was definitely here last time we streamed.
Yeah, it's the only time. It's comfortable though. Like
Yeah.
we're just sitting on the couch and hanging out. So
Yeah.
it's good. It's a good setup. Everything's good.
Watching Christmas with hexes.
Yeah, we watched Chris make a map for his not D&D, Burning Crusade, Burning Wheel campaign.
Something like that.
It's not Burning Crusade. It's like a
That is
Diablo
an
expansion.
That is a WoW expansion.
It's a WoW expansion. Whatever. What's the Diablo one called? Crimson Crusade? No, I know it's not called that. Age of Extinction?
No,
that's an Avengers
none of
movie.
these things.
Age of Ultron's the Avengers movie. Anyway, let's get the show started. How's that sound?
Sure.
To everybody.
Yep.
Let's get this bad boy cracking.
While you go and get this started, I'm going to begin it because that didn't actually happen. It wasn't
Okay.
ready yet.
All right.
So yeah, you get it started and then you just forget that I'm here and then.
So do you want us to start
I
the
came in
real
late or
show?
something. Yep.
Okay. Do you start recording?
Just right
He's
now.
on it. Yeah, we'll start recording so that way we don't have to bring you in late or anything.
All right.
All right. Nabashin, you good?
Yeah.
All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I don't have to worry about your fucking track.
Yeah, who gives a shit about tracks anyway?
Anything I missed in the news, Nabashin? I tried to get all of it. I think I got most of it.
Yeah, I think you got most of it. Should be fine.
The Valve stuff we'll probably not spend that much time on. I just saw that. I thought it might be worth talking about. The Nintendo Direct, I missed stuff there. Do you remember the other stuff?
That's the big stuff.
Yeah, that's why I figured. It was the stuff that I remembered after I watched it.
I probably won't be here to say this, but like, fucking like, it's good that they were still making chibi robo games, but they can still make chibi robo games, but not a Metroid game. I don't give a shit about Metroid, but that doesn't make no sense to me.
Dude, man, fucking, you're preaching to the choir over here. Fallout, Uncharted, Dark Souls, Nintendo NX, Android thing, XCOM 2. Yeah, that's it. And then E3 predictions, so we got it all. And then the emails, I'll slip into the predictions part of the show. All right. What is question?
What?
What?
And your games.
Oh, nothing.
It's nothing?
No, it's nothing.
All right.
Grand Theft Auto.
It's a surprise.
It's literally nothing. It doesn't actually mean anything.
Okay.
It's Grand Theft Auto.
So why is it there?
Just because, for no good reason.
For literally no reason.
Yeah.
Because it's Grand Theft Auto.
It's Grand Theft Auto.
Oh yeah, it is that.
There you go. Nothing is something. It ends up. Isn't that right, Gus?
Scott always
He's
says
asleep.
it's nothing, so that's what it is.
There you go. All right, let's we'll get started. Scott'll be here late.
I guess I'll talk about other stuff that I played since last time I was here too.
Okay. June 5th. Cool. I'll put out another YouTube link. To people watching, I'm about to start the show for real if you're not familiar with this. It's about to get cracking. Come predict. That's not how you spell predict. Predict E3 with us. That's the link to the Google Doc. Boom. All right. It is Friday, June 5th, 2015. Is that right? And you're listening to the Irrational Passions podcast. I forgot for a second the date. I'm Alex O'Neill, your host this evening. With me I have Tony Horvath.
Hey.
Scott is here, but he's not here. But also Brian Nabashin Jackson.
It's all perfectly legal.
I knew you were going to say that. I'm so happy you did. We got a great show lined up for you. Scott he's eating dinner, but he's here. He's recording somewhere. There's an audio file that's being recorded, but he went to eat dinner, so he'll just jump in, cannonball in as Scott Guthier is ought to do, and he's gonna really break it down for us. Tony, you haven't been on in a couple weeks.
I'm not.
We missed you.
I know.
I posited the theory that Evan said he's going to try and be on more shows
So
last
I stopped.
week,
Yeah.
and you were like, nope.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Game over. Well, I mean, at the very least, you're here. You're with me physically.
Yes. Almost. Soon.
Don't look at me like that. We have a good show, as we always do. Thank you to everybody who's been tweeting tweeting at me and tweeting at the IrrationalPod Twitter and possibly other people in this show. I don't know. They haven't told me. But thank you to people who have been sending support and saying, hey, I really like this, and I'm going to keep listening, and as long as you guys keep putting out episodes. And if that is the case, then you should tell your friends about this show because we would really appreciate it. Spread the good word, the word that is Irrational Passions Podcast. Nabashin, you will have to leave soon, or at some point in the show.
Like,
I figure it's worth.
Stop talking about The Witcher.
Okay. So just heads up, Nabashin won't be with us the whole show, but we are going to be talking about E3 predictions. This episode, I'm pointing. That's right, Tony. I'm just pointing over at the corner there.
That's where the predictions are.
That's
in
where.
those boxes.
That's what we gotta get. We gotta rip the predictions out of these boxes. Normally, we do some house cleaning to start us up right now, but there's nothing that's been going up on IrrationalPassions.com. But if you stay tuned to there, you can go, listen to the podcast on the website, see any articles I might post there. But there has been something
that
going
Tumblr
up.
though?
As you can see, that's my private Tumblr. I mean, it's not my private; it's my personal Tumblr, my blog.
So private.
You can see the stuff that I put up there. AlexLOneil.tumblr.com. That's ONEILL. It spells one ill. If that makes it any easier for you, which I'm sure it will. What's the count at? Oh, days. I've been writing every day for I think today was 86. I think. Yes, 86 days straight. I've been writing about video games every day for 86 days straight, which is pretty cool. And again, not all of that goes up on my Tumblr, but I think so. In 14 days, I'll have been writing for 100 days, and I think that's kind of wicked.
So wicked.
So, as Ron from Harry Potter would say, wicked. What has been going up that you can watch and consume and enjoy, hopefully, is my Let's Play of Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door. That's right, I did not make empty promises last week. It's happening. I've been playing Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door. Excellent game. Video game. Ends up real good. Have you played this, Tony?
No.
Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door?
Of course.
Yeah, I thought you had played it. It's a good game.
Yeah.
You like it, right?
Yeah, I like the part when you're doing all the wrestling.
Oh, the Glitz Pit?
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah,
sweet.
that's the part I'm at. That's the part I'm at right now, like while I'm playing it, but not what's up.
Yeah, that was probably my
there.
favorite part of that game.
Yeah, it's really good. I like the train. Chapter 6 was really good. Clearly you don't remember. You're just staring at something that isn't me.
Yeah.
So that's youtube.com/irrationalpassions, and you can watch me play Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door. I'm having a good time. It's basically, I picked that game, 1, because I love it, but 2, so I can talk in a bunch of silly voices. And I've applied like one of the main villains. I've given him the voice of Joe from Family Guy because, I mean, what are you gonna do? So it's worth watching. You should check it out. That's it.
Are you gonna do 1,000 episodes of it?
No, fuck no. I'm thinking the series will probably be like between 60 and 70 episodes long. I don't know if I'm gonna start layering another series on top of that. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. So it's going well. I've recorded 24 episodes as of this recording, and 5 are up. So go check it out. I'd love you if you did. Let's get right into it. Nabashin, let's talk about The Witcher. Because you had played a little bit of it last week, but you were very tired last week. I didn't want to push you, but you're on your game. This is it. You're on fire. Literally on fire. You're a human on fire. Please put yourself out. Let's talk about The Witcher. What do you think about The Witcher 3, The Wild Hunt?
I really like it.
Mm-hmm. Where are you at? Like, give me some context here.
Dude, I'm at fucking
Skellige?
past that.
Oh shit. Okay.
Dude, that's I'm not playing anything else. That's all I'm
doing.
doing. That's all I'm doing is playing that game.
That's almost all I did this week, other than Paper Mario.
It's literally nothing else. Like, I hang out with Mark and Katie, and I sit there for like maybe 20 minutes. Like, guys, I gotta go play The Witcher. And he looks at me, he's like, "You son of a bitch," because she really wants that game. She hasn't gotten it yet. I think she'll probably get it today. But like, yeah, they know I've been on that game. It hits all the right notes for me.
What level are you?
I think I'm 19 or 20.
Okay, I'm 28. So I was gonna ask if you got to the part where it becomes Mass Effect 2, but you haven't. But this is part of that game where it's like, this is Mass Effect 2 now. I'm like, what is this really happening? And I got like really, really excited. and it does it like it reaches highs very similar to those. And I hope it does the same for you. I mean, it does more for me because I've played all the games in the series. Obviously, I didn't finish The Witcher 1, but they reference back to stuff in that I can relate to, and I have context for. So
that so bums me out that I don't understand everything. Because
there's a lot that I don't understand. So
believe me, like it's just like I'm listening to the conversation, and it's like okay. I'm just like it's all coming in, but like it's going out my ear all at the same time too. So it's like I get it, I understand it. If I played like other entries of it, I would probably get it a lot more. But like right now, it's just like I could tell it's a good story, and I could tell it's really deep. And I just wish I understood it. It's exactly the same when I was playing Dragon Age Inquisition. It's like they make references and like just like all the lore from that universe, and like I don't quite understand it, but like I'm at least happy that like I can at least sit through it like and appreciate it, even though I don't completely understand it. And like maybe it'll get to the point because that was like Mass Effect when I played it the first time. Like I didn't completely understand that game at first, but then it got to the point where it's like, oh yeah, like I know not everything, but like I know this game. Like I know what a fucking Elcor is, and like the history of his people. It's because I played it that much and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's definitely there's a lot of that. I mean, some of the stuff like Yennefer and Geralt will talk about like the old times, and they'll reference stuff that I believe is actually just from the books, straight up. Like it's not stuff that's from the games. They'll reference stuff that they've been through together. That's
like how they were bound together. I'm assuming that's from the book.
Yeah. I don't know, but that that goes somewhere in the game. So like you'll get more of that. But like it's just it's so good. Like you're experiencing a ton of the jank as well. I'm assuming.
Define jank.
Like I've had the game crash on me 3 times. Just
once.
Weird. Just weirdly, some of the climbing up mountains and stuff, like kind of similar to things from Elder Scrolls games.
That's pretty fun for me.
Standing inside of horses during dialogue scenes, that was weird. That happened.
That doesn't happen. Like the only weirdest thing that happens is that there's a dwarf that it's like 10 feet in the air when I'm trying to talk to him. That's like the only.
That's pretty good.
That's literally the only thing that's really happened. Like it's been a pretty smooth experience, even considering that I'm playing on PS4 and not like a PC or something.
Yeah.
So like like it's not flawless, but like it's pretty good. Like I said, the most atrocious thing about that game is just the fucking load screens where you die, and that's unforgivable. But like I'm not stopping.
Yeah, it's weird. Like again, I said last week. In spite of everything, all these issues, I could list off issues for days, but in spite of all of them, I love the game. In fact, I wouldn't say I love it more, but like there is an extent to it which it just totally surpasses any kind of technical problems it has. Like because the first 10 hours I was like, I understand that this game's great, but I don't understand how anyone could give it a 10, just based on how technically defunct it is. But as I played more, I realized how someone could give it a 10 and why they would. Just
that's kind of like. I'm sorry. It's kind of like when Red Dead Redemption came out. That was a game that was full of jank when it came out too, but like it didn't really detract from what was in that game or what that game did as far as like storytelling and atmosphere and like this general gameplay. That game was like amazing for what it was, and it got 10s back then too. So like I could definitely see like you surpass something, like even something like the Elder Scrolls. Elder Scrolls is like a game that was full of jinx as well. Skyrim, I mean, but like like people adore that game for that very reason.
Yeah, it's definitely like relatable to it. I mean, obviously Skyrim load times were between 20 and 30 seconds, and here we're talking about between 30 and a minute and a half, which is like we're approaching Mod Nation Racers level of load screens, or surpass that even. It's it's weird, but like just the game does things that are kind of like just incredible. As far as like
Dude,
with character.
Those relationships, man, like like I had struggles before, Because
Yeah.
but this is like a whole new fucking level. Like,
Are you talking about like specifically like Yen and Triss?
specifically in interest?
Yeah. I
Like,
totally understand.
Because like Jennifer is a total bitch, but like,
But like, I get it.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
It's like how people like felt for Miranda or something like
Yeah.
that. But like Jennifer is more depth than like Miranda could ever be.
Yeah, but like,
Legacy.
it's weird because like, you know, Triss is fantastic and she's charismatic. She's kind. You know, she has a good heart, but she's fucking badass and she gets what she wants done. And Yennefer is very abrasive and like totally. She's like the jagged edge of a blade. You know, she'll rub you the wrong way. But like the way her and Geralt communicate is just like on another level.
Yeah,
And it's like, I totally understand like why. Like even like if you loved Triss, there is difficulty there.
yeah. This is a weird reference to me, but it's kind of like with anime references. It's kind of like with Inuyasha with like him and Kikyo and Kagome, and just like it's like one of those things that like sure I love Kagome, but I can't forget about Kikyo because like there was something there, and like I just can't let that go. She would literally have to die for me just to kind of not care anymore about her or something like that. To a certain extent, but like.
Yeah.
It's definitely one of those things. Cause like Trish is my girl, like there's no doubt about that. But like Yennefer, man, it's like anytime I'm just talking to her, it's just like I can't deny you.
Yeah,
There's something there.
It's great because like you're super right. And the way that they convey that through the game is just brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant.
And like I said,
the writing's so good.
And like I said, the romance scenes with it, like just running through the maze with Trish when she was like drunk and shit, like that was like a magical scene. And like, and even just like see the scene with the unicorn with Jennifer, it just they just do so. They're so good with the writing and the atmosphere and just the human interactions with other people. Like even though Geralt seems like like a one note character, like a tone deaf, like a just like Kirsten Bell type of character, but like there's a lot more depth to him if you like actually look for it and like go into it and stuff.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that like definitely like you had to put some time into something like The Witcher 2 to really experience that, because you know it's you hear like, oh, Witchers don't have emotions. It's like it's not that, it's just their emotions are super muted. Which is like the way Alex Navarro described it on the Giant Beast cast, which you should check out if you haven't already. But it's like just like super like brought down, so you can barely see it. But like when Geralt smiles or he looks like he's about to cry, which there are moments like that in this game, it makes it kind of all the more powerful because you're introduced and kind of drowned in this kind of more muted, neutral character, and like that's how he's supposed to be, so he can be objective in all situations. And it just, you know, it brings like kind of poignancy to those moments that's hard to contextualize with just words. It's, you know, a bunch of things build up to those things, and seeing a reaction from the character comes across a lot stronger, you know. And sure, like you could complain that he has no emotions, and you could see most of the game and kind of just agree with that statement, but you're not giving it the credit that's due.
There's a lot more I would talk more about, like the gameplay and like and other general things about that game. But like I'm really like pushing it right now, so I kind of do have to go right now.
All right. Well, hopefully you said you hopefully be back later. And,
yeah, this shouldn't take more than maybe an hour, and knowing our show, we'll be like here for 3 hours. So
we're actually going to be done in about 10 minutes.
No, you stop it. So you go enjoy the birthday celebrations, and we will hopefully talk to you soon.
All right, love you guys.
Love you too. Aw,
that was so cute.
That was so sweet. I guess I'll finish talking about The Witcher now since we're on it. Tony, you saw some of it.
A little bit.
What did you think of it when you were seeing it in front of you? You were intrigued.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like a game that I could play.
Yeah. Oh, wow, really?
Yeah.
Physically?
Yeah, physically I could hold a controller, make stuff happen.
Wow. So like any video game ever?
Yeah.
Okay, except for Kinect games.
Yeah.
No, but what piqued your interest in it?
It's like All the quests are done so well, written so well.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't look like the Witcher games that I had not liked in the past. So that, and it being an open world kind of role playing kind of game kind of thing like that, is enough for me to want to play it.
Yeah.
So
you did express interest that like not having a custom made character was kind of detracting from the appeal.
It kind of comes and goes. Like it depends on how well the characters are done.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm totally okay in GTA not having a custom character, because those characters, even if Trevor's like stupid, and his character is not the best, they're still like really well fleshed out characters, and that's more than you'd ever get from a game where you're customizing your own.
Yeah.
So it's different, and that in itself is intriguing.
Yeah.
So.
No, I agree. I think it's, they are two different beasts, and you have to kind of understand that they can both be enjoyable experiences. But yeah, I'm curious to say, you said before we started that you were going to buy it.
Yeah, probably.
So curious to see how your thoughts evolve. I went to a point in the game where it was like, hey, you should manually save here because things are going to change after this. So I'm like, okay, I get it. It's like you can't do some side quests after you do this. So I went there, and I'm like, okay, we're building up to this climactic scene, and then the game will end. The story of the game will end, and I'll be able to explore afterwards, which you can explore afterwards. But then, with the climactic scene happen, some things happened, and then now the game is still going. So I'm like, well, this is awesome, and I went up 4 levels because just some of the story missions just dump loads of experience on you. So I'm really excited to see where it keeps going to. I don't actually know what's going to happen, which is a nice kind of change of pace. I usually I pick up on context enough to know, kind of, I have an idea of where things are headed, but this has been surprising me a lot, save for some things. But yeah, I'm really excited to keep playing more. I just, I've put a lot more time into it this week. It was kind of my main draw this week, since it was a low-key week for me. Didn't have the funds to really leave the house a lot, so instead I just hung out and went to class when I needed to, and this took up the rest of my time. And it was nice to sit down and really sink into it. It's cool. It's the most interesting open world game I've ever played. It's different than that Bethesda formula that feels kind of weirdly weaker now that I've played this, but we can talk about that more when we talk about Fallout later, because I'm sure that'll come up. But Scott, are you back? I'll take that as a no.
All right, this is a long dinner.
Yeah, he's got to eat. He's got to eat. Tony, what about you? You can go, and I'll finish up the rest of my games later.
So mostly it's just been the same games as always.
Yeah.
Plus, I played a lot of GTA.
Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah, that game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm close to the end, but I haven't played it in a few days.
Yeah, we talked about it on the streams. You seem pretty mixed on it.
It's like a good time waster kind of game. I've been enjoying the story, but it could be like I don't know. Like there are aspects of it that kind of are great, and then there are aspects that aren't.
What's great specifically?
I like I think the heists are really well done.
Yeah.
And 2 out of 3 of the characters are really great.
So you are in the unpopular opinion with me that you don't like Trevor.
Yeah, I don't like Trevor.
Which is, I didn't know what you would think of the game going into it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised you didn't kind of love it. I guess like so many people loved it. I'm always surprised if somebody didn't like it.
Yeah.
As much as the majority.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I like stealing cars and then souping them up and then crashing them as much as anyone else. But
yeah. I mean, who doesn't?
Exactly. It kind of wears thin after a while. So
yeah, I definitely understand that. It's weird. I think Trevor has his value.
Yeah.
Especially as a device in that story. I think it's a little depressing that he comes across as more of a device than a character, though, to me. Like either a plot device to kind of convey this weird betrayal plot that he is kind of enthralled in, or as a device to say like, hey, this is us breaking the fourth wall and saying this is what the player actually wants to do. And the actual value of his character, his unique aspects, like his kind of opinions about women and everything else, I guess, just his disgusting opinions in general are super weak and just trite. I guess, like super like not interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting for a little bit, and then it's too much.
Yeah, and then he never changes. He never grows as a
Right.
character, which sucks. But the other two characters you like.
Yeah, I think Franklin's cool. I like Michael too. So,
Well, you said Michael's your favorite, right?
he is. I like his. He grows I think he grows the most out of all the
Yeah.
characters.
He kind of it's weird because he kind of becomes he goes back to who he was
Yeah,
and becomes like a worse person. But he's at least changing and evolving.
mm-hmm.
And it's interesting to see kind of the path that he goes on, even though he's just so unlikable.
Right.
What don't you like about it? You were saying a little bit before.
It's just like that specific GTA style of open world. It wears thin quickly for me.
Yeah.
Like, I want to finish the campaign and like the story and stuff and all those story missions, but at the point in the story where I am right now, there is not a major quest for me to go on. There's a bunch of side stuff that I'm supposed to do, like to, I guess, raise flags to open up the last major heist and stuff.
Okay.
And it's not like heist related, or it's just like go and do these strangers and freaks missions.
See, I never had to
wow.
do that when I was playing.
Yeah, I must like have missed something, but
It's possible.
yeah, there's something that I didn't see like a major mission to do, and it's kind of like I think about like I should go finish that, but I don't really feel like going around and doing these random missions right now.
Yeah.
So, I'm kind of at the point in the game where I want to see the game finished, but the game doesn't want to let me get to that point yet.
I will say I think the game has a really good ending.
Yeah, I mean I will definitely see the end, but that's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, I want to know what you think for sure. Yeah, it's weird. Like the controls are just so bad. I think, and like I think if the act of playing it was more enjoyable, I would have liked it more. I liked the driving the most, which is weird because a lot of people said the driving was bad.
I think it's all right.
Yeah, I thought it was good. But I don't know. It's weird that it's been a long time since I played that game. It came out in 2013 now.
I wouldn't have changed, so it would be 2013, not 2013 now.
I forgot.
Yeah.
For some odd reason, it felt like that game came out last year, but it was just that HD re-release, that's the version you're playing.
Yes.
Playing on
the
PS4. Worth noting.
I've been playing the whole game in first person,
Yes.
except for driving.
Yeah. Because you got to get that nice behind the car. This is just like you and me right now. This is weird. I don't think we've ever done an IP that was just you and me.
I've done one that's just me, Scott, and Evan.
Yeah, I know. It was 15 minutes long. What was it? It was very short.
Very short. It was like
you hosted that, right?
yeah. Oh, that was a great show.
How was that? Like, just give me a little context. How was reining in the cats, lions?
That was a long time ago. It was mostly like, hey, Scott, tell me about this game.
Yeah.
All right, tell me some more about this game, Scott.
See, this is why you listen to what they say and then ask them.
Oh yeah.
About. I mean, you didn't do it, so that's why I'm instructing. I'm instructing. I'm helping you grow as a character.
It was like it was that plus there was just like no news that week.
Yeah.
So we were just like, all right, and see ya.
And that's it. Luckily, there's just infinite news this week. It's like it's probably still happening right now. There's probably stuff happening that we've missed since we started this show. I don't know. What else have you been playing?
So it's that, and I played like the first hour and a half of Watch Dogs.
Hour and a half? Where'd you get to?
We talked about it on the stream. I got to the point where you just did the first Assassin's Creed tower. You'll go to the next. You do the mission with your sister, and then you go over to the next part of the city, and then you go to a gun store, and then you go over to this place to hack into a network node.
Yep.
So I did that, and then right after that is when I stopped.
And you're like, man, fuck this game.
And I was like, this game sucks.
It's
all right, but so boring.
It's super boring. Like I accidentally wrote kind of like a faux pitch. It's like nothing I'll send out as an article because I just don't think it sounds good. It's not up to my standard. But it was just about how like the PR cycle around Watch Dogs is why that game is bad.
Yeah.
Like the expectation was set up in a way that there's no way that game could have been received well, and like how that's how PR is now, and how that's a fucking problem.
Yeah, I mean, going around and looking at every single person and their whatever their one thing about them is cool for like 30 minutes.
Yeah,
and then it's
just a solid 30 minutes though, and then it's just like
it's a great 30-minute experience.
Yeah,
and it's like the driving is really really bad.
Yeah, it's not good.
It's better to walk around than to drive, except then the map is huge.
And it's like it feels kind of empty. Like I'll say, like GTA at least populated its map with stuff to do.
Yeah, it's kind of like you walk around and they expect you to be looking at people while you're walking around. So it's like there's not as much just stuff happening. It's just a bunch of people walking around.
In a way, it's just like a friendly reminder of how society is just everybody looking at their phone all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. Like, there's this one mission. This isn't a good mission. I'll say I shouldn't have prefaced that with I don't know. But there's this one mission where you have to like follow a guy who has a briefcase, and you need what's in the briefcase.
Yeah.
And like he'll drop it and hand it off to other people who have identical briefcases, but you have to be like close enough to see that exchange, but far enough so that they can't see you. And as soon as they see you, it restarts the whole mission over. There's no checkpoints. And it's the worst mission of any open world game I've ever played. It's fucking terrible. And it's just like this weird bad stealth. And it was like kind of the same thing. Like there's a lot of stealth stuff in Assassin's Creed, but not until Unity did they actually introduce like this mode where you can crouch and hide behind cover, and then that game sucked. So yeah. I don't know. It's Watch Dogs it's a big fucking problem. That's a 2013 joint, right?
I don't remember.
No, that was 2014. That was last year. That's right. It was up there with Destiny.
Yeah, I did. I would definitely play more of that game if its open world was as good as GTA's.
Yeah. If
it was like you're playing in the GTA world but had that phone thing.
Yeah.
So.
What else do you play outside of Bloodborne?
That's it.
I mean, you have other things here. You don't. What's Profit is just like you got money.
Yeah. It's because I did like thing question marks Profit. It's a thing, an internet thing.
Scott's here.
Hey,
Scott. That's
it. Yeah, that is about it.
All right, Scott.
We had steak for dinner. It was nice.
Oh, steak. Ooh, that's why I took
that and broccoli soup.
Broccoli soup, like broccoli cheddar.
Yeah.
I love broccoli cheddar soup. It's so good. I get it from Panera all the time because, god damn, Nabashin, he left. He had to go to his tent. He said he'd be back like within an hour or something. So the inmates are running the asylum.
Yep.
This is vintage style. If Evan were here and Joe, I guess. Joe, like excluding Joe. Not that I want to exclude Joe, but if Evan were here,
we can exclude
this could be like a throwback. Don't exclude Joe. He's a good man. All right. Let's talk about Bloodborne, Tony.
Okay.
You played Bloodborne.
Played a lot of Bloodborne.
What, last week? It was
last week.
It was last Tuesday or something.
Tuesday.
Or maybe 2 Tuesdays ago. I don't know.
Or no, that was last Thursday.
Okay. I believe you.
Yeah,
and
definitely last Thursday.
Yes, it was because I talked about it last week on the podcast on this.
Yeah.
You and I sat down and streamed Bloodborne for way too long.
Way too long. Yeah.
Which was the agreed upon time. My friend Chris was there for some of it, and he was our rotating third chair. What do you think? So you played up until Vicar Amelia, right?
Yes, we beat that boss. And then I think we stopped either right before or right after touching the thing.
Yes,
yeah,
right after.
Right after.
Fear the old blood.
I'm having a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, you had some trouble getting going.
Yeah, that first boss was kind of annoying.
Getting got.
Yeah.
Cleric Beast? You mean the third try? It was. Yeah. It was totally fine.
That and then every boss after that basically first try, except for what's it called? Bloodstarved Beast.
Yeah, that one was
second try.
That one was tough.
But we had friends.
We had a narrative through. Did you know the last week's episode was titled "I'm on my way"?
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that's amazing.
And the best part
I'm
is
on my way.
The best part was like we picked something else, but I had to say the title, and I just said I'm on my way because I forgot that we picked something else.
Oh, okay, perfect.
So I promised you I would try to make it the title, and I succeeded. There was a person in chat who said they were on his way. He was on his way, and I read it as like a schoolboy from a grade school, maybe like sixth grade. No, 6 years old. He was in first grade. He was on his way. During the chat, he helped you as well as your_Tiga, I believe.
Yeah.
Classy gentleman.
Very classy.
And the best part was like you messaged that person.
Yeah, I was like, hey, come back, I need you.
And because like you got them, and then you went in and fought him, died, and you messaged him, and then you sent him a link to the chat.
Yep.
And they showed up in the chat and said your_Kitty.
Yep.
And hung out and said, "This is happening."
It's actually happening.
It was a magical experience.
And then we beat the
Bloodborne.
boss.
Yeah. So Scott, this is how you have to play through Bloodborne when you eventually get to it.
I don't have internet.
I don't care, man. Come here and play it. Apparently, that's the ritual. All right. What do you think of Bloodborne?
I like the game a lot. I've been having a lot of fun playing it. I like that cane. The cane's pretty
Yeah,
sweet.
the threaded canes is pretty dope.
Yeah. Pretty dope cane.
Compared to Dark Souls, which is the only other Souls game you've really played.
So when I played Dark Souls, I played it in a style very similar to Bloodborne when it didn't use a shield.
Yeah.
And played it more aggressively, and so that's more fun, I think, than just like hit and then shield for a while to and then roll for your iframes and then hit one more time and then shield again. So like, I like the combat a lot better in Bloodborne. Well, I wouldn't even say like a lot better. It's very similar, but like the game itself is focused on a style of combat that I was more attuned to anyway.
Yeah.
The guns are kind of neat. Those one dudes are super easy to stagger.
Yeah.
So that's fun.
Yeah.
I think the bosses are cool. I liked what's his face? Gascoigne. Yeah.
Father Gascoigne. Yeah, he's a cool guy. A good friend to hang out with. He just he just wants to have a party.
Yeah.
That's all he wanted. I'm pretty sure we brought that up. He's just at a party.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it's weird. It's thinking about it, like I don't know if I want to play Dark Souls again,
Right.
which is weird because Dark Souls is one of my favorite games ever. And I'm not saying like Bloodborne's better; it's different. And they can both exist in the same world, but like then we're going to talk about news. But Dark Souls 3 was leaked today, which is cool, I guess. But it's a situation where it's like the Dark Souls is really weird, especially thinking about Dark Souls 2 in comparison to Bloodborne, because like they added a lot of systems, like they took out invincibility frames, or they made the window so tight on that it's like it's not like a practical combat practice. And they made it so like stamina is important in different ways. Like if you get hit when your stamina is empty, you like stagger, like you fall back for like a long amount of time. Which again, it made sense in the context of that game. I haven't played it in a long time. So the distance from it makes it feel weird, but especially considering like the last Dark Souls game I played was 2. And I liked 2 a lot, and it's like I was really high on it when I played it, and I agree that it's like fantastic. But I don't know. It's just like Bloodborne seems like the kind of game I want to play, and I don't know if that can coexist with Dark Souls. We'll see when we talk more about Dark Souls later.
You see, I think I would like Bloodborne a lot better the way it is, no iframes.
See, like I really like the invincibility frames. Like,
yeah, I think they're useful.
Like I don't think they're there for the purpose of being used. Like it's the same thing like with Demon Souls and Dark Souls 1. It's just like they're there because you're supposed to use them in combat. And I don't know, it's like I know you don't like them. You prefer Dark Souls 2 styles of not having them really. But I like them. Like I like taking advantage of them makes me feel powerful, and I like playing those games to feel powerful, I guess.
But that's like the opposite of the point of those games. The point of those games is to have them make you understand that you're not powerful, but you're beating these challenges anyway.
Yeah. And like I get that, and I think that boils
But you're
down,
like, fuck that, I want to feel powerful.
But like I think that boils down to, our difference in taste. to a big extent, Scott. Like, you've notoriously said, you like Dark Souls 2 a lot more than Dark Souls 1 because of that. And it is not exclusively about feeling powerful. It feels good. Like, it feels good as a video game to play when you like slide through an enemy's attack or under an enemy's attack, and you attack him. It feels really good. And the way they like, I would agree with you, Scott, if it was like if the dash, if they didn't change the dodge in Bloodborne to a dash, like a quick dash. But like, I think there's a world where those invincibility frames, the window for that could be tighter, and you and I could both be happy. And also, like, they could bring back encumbrance. They shouldn't, I don't think, at this point.
It's not so much encumbrance, but I did like the versatility stamina it had.
Yeah,
because your enemies had it too.
Yeah.
So what valid strategy is, like, they don't really have these types of enemies, but there are enemies in the other games where they had a shield and you had to get around to their shield. Yeah. And it wasn't too hard to do. All you had to do was be faster than their attack.
Yeah.
And or you could break their stamina.
They do have like the shielded enemies in Bloodborne that those same rules apply to, and you can break their stamina, drain their stamina, and then they'll open up their guard, and you'll beat them. But it's weird. It's like a game without shields, which is so different than Dark Souls.
Yeah, that's fine. I kind of wish they had the stamina thing again, though.
Yeah, it's different, and I think they really just wanted to be different and feel different, and they're going to tweak it because obviously there's going to be a Bloodborne 2. So if there's a Dark Souls 3, there's going to be a Bloodborne 2. I guarantee it.
Yeah, probably. But at the same time, there was no Demon Souls 2.
True. It could be just something else.
Maybe they'll put in more colors than just gray.
Yeah, or black.
And red, or like a very dark red.
A very gray red.
Yeah.
It's weird. There are colorful parts of Bloodborne. Yeah. They're like orange and stuff, but
I feel it's not going to be Bloodborne, but they're going to advance in age, keep the same kind of combat, maybe make it a little faster.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll be what's the next stage after Victorian?
Ooh, industrial?
Yeah,
probably.
We'll have to deal with that.
I would be down for like a steampunk industrial Dark Souls.
Probably that.
Dark Souls Bioshock.
Demon Souls. Demon Souls, by the way. This is that line.
It'll be Demon Souls 2. What if they named the sequel to Bloodborne Demon Souls 2?
Oh my god, that would be so confusing.
Yeah.
I mean, they named the sequel to Demon Souls Bloodborne.
Well, they named the sequel to Demon Souls Dark Souls.
Yeah. That's not true. Different maker.
No. Dark Souls 1 is Miyazaki. Dark Souls 2 isn't.
Right.
So it's like the Legend of Zelda timeline. Follow me if you will. It starts with Demon Souls, right? And then goes to Dark Souls, and then if the hero dies, the timeline diverges to Dark Souls 2. If the hero lives, it diverges to Bloodborne. That's the way I see it. Because like Dark Souls is a spiritual
I think it's a bit too much of a Zelda fanatic, though. So I'm just gonna throw that out there. That's pretty big hole.
I agree, Scott. I guarantee it. No offense. What else, Tony? Anything else on Bloodborne?
We're gonna play some more.
Yeah, we are. We're gonna stream after this. If you're watching live on YouTube, twitch.tv/IrrationalPassions. And if you weren't watching live, that's fine. I'm gonna archive the streams on YouTube like I did with all the original ones. So check those out. YouTube.com/IrrationalPassions. See your bloody journey through Borns.
Yeah.
Did you want to talk about WoW or Audition and all?
Nah,
those are on your
same
list.
as always.
Okay. Why you still play Audition? Like,
it was fun. Rhythm games, man.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you're dying.
I'm dying. All right, Scott. What about you? Video games?
Once again, there's only one that's important.
Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix for the PlayStation 3.
What? No, World of Warcraft.
Oh, god damn it.
I'm kidding.
I know you are. Are you still playing WoW, Scott?
Not so much.
Okay. Does that mean not at all, or just a little bit?
Just a little bit.
Okay.
Anyway, Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yes.
Alright, so I went ahead after the Agrabah and Halloween Town. There is Pilot.
Pride Lands. Yes. Correct,
That
Amundo.
place is the worst.
Is
Out of
it?
out of all the places, that place is the worst.
I.
Okay, so the lion has no block. The lion has no
Oh yeah, you're playing on
dodge.
critical mode. That's right. So
So
this is terrible.
yeah. Okay, so you know the guys who were kind of like dogs.
Yeah, the big guys.
You do the
I know.
rodeo thing with
I
them.
know
they lose their
exactly what you're
head,
talking about. Yeah.
They one shot you.
They just kill you instantly.
They just kill you. So you can't fight more than one of them. You have to skip that area unless you're insanely good.
Yeah, it's
Which is pretty much how the people who play on level 1 do anyway. They'll level up. They don't fuck around with the smaller guys. They just go through it.
yeah, it's the same on Proud mode. They kill you one shot. So
Nah, they shouldn't.
they shouldn't. No, they shouldn't.
Are you synthesizing for armor?
Yeah, of course. It's
Because
they're
at
just,
that point, at that point, you should have 2 pieces of armor that give you 4 defense each.
yeah.
In proud mode, that shouldn't kill you in one hit,
It does.
unless you're under leveled.
It does. It like I over level on Proud mode, and yeah, that's how fucked up those enemies are. Is what I'm expressing to you. Even
Huh.
on Proud
I guess
mode.
I guess I just never saw the finished attack.
Yeah, they're
It probably just goes on forever.
yeah. Again, they made things harder in Kingdom Hearts in the Final Mix version of Kingdom Hearts 2. But come on, those guys are dicks. No, you were absolutely right. Those guys are.
Okay, so
Mm.
you don't get your quote-unquote dodge, which is more like a quick run
Yeah.
than anything else, the dash thing,
Yeah.
until after those guys are a problem,
Yep.
pretty much.
Yep. Absolutely agree.
That's so like then not. But here's the icing on the cake: the whole Lion King part where they're reenacting that stage is terrible.
It's
It
not
it,
that
it,
bad.
it has the most the lines for it and the voice acting for it is the worst part so far in the game. Even worse than the "Do you feel Sora" thing.
Yeah, I mean they didn't get Matthew Broderick back to play adult Simba.
Yep.
That was the issue, Scott. I found it.
That's not everything though, because like Simba is actually one of the better.
Yeah.
Like it's Rafiki, then Simba, then it's like, I don't care.
Scar
Like,
is
this-
Scar's the same voice actor, I believe. He sounds exactly the same.
That's true. So he's probably up there too, but you don't see him.
Yeah, he only has like 3 lines of dialogue, so it's not. Yeah.
Yeah, but I guess Timon and Pumbaa, well, like you don't really see them either. You just gotta
Yeah,
do it.
it's weird. Like there, all the dialogue is like Nala and Rafiki. Rafiki's fine, but like it's Nala and the main characters, Sora, Donald, and Goofy. It's just I agree. That's like that's one of the first time through there is one of the weaker parts of the game. I don't know. So you got through it though, right? You beat the
Yep,
Pride
I beat
Lands,
that. You
and
got
then you go back to Twilight Town, right?
yeah.
What
You
happens
go back.
there?
You go back to Twilight Town.
Yeah.
You go ahead. You get Limit Form and Twilight Town as
Okay.
you go there.
Okay.
Then you go back. You beat the Tron World. After you beat the Tron World, you get Master Form.
Yep.
And yeah, the Tron World. That place has like always been odd. So,
Yeah.
like, I'm not talking about like in Kingdom Hearts. I'm talking about that movie.
The original Tron movie. Have you ever watched that?
Yep.
It's weird. Like I was
They
talking.
they talk weird in the movie.
Yeah.
And then they talk the same kind of weird, and it's not programming language kind of weird because it's not. I'm a programmer would know.
It's
They
like,
do something different, and I'm like, what are you trying to do? What are you trying to? What
I was-
Are you trying to do?
I was talking with my roommate, like, and none of this is in the game, but like I watched because I had never seen the original Tron up until like 5 years ago, and I watched it. I was like, I like Tron in Kingdom Hearts, and this is kind of like my introduction to it. So I watched it. I'm like, this is a very good '80s movie, but like there are like these weird long stretches of like wide shots of the environment and with no sound, like no music, just like people climbing on stuff and just like really like long elongated shots like where there's no audio, like or just like no interesting audio, like no music, no dialogue. I'm like, this movie is like weird. Like it's very clearly a product of its time. Like it doesn't hold up as well because of that, but the active parts of that movie are still pretty cool.
Mhm.
It's a cool idea and everything. So, yeah, Tron's weird.
yeah.
I really like it though. I
So
always
yeah,
love
I
that.
beat that, and that's super quick.
Yeah, it's super short. The first one's super short. The second one's super short. The second part through.
Mhm.
What do you think of Limit Form? So you've never actually used Limit Form before. So what do you think of it?
I like it, and I hate it.
You like it, and you do you hate it just because it's taking a long time to get to dodge roll?
Yes.
Um,
Because, okay, so here's the great parts about it.
okay.
The skills are all great throwbacks. These are skills that I used a lot in the old game, and
Yeah,
I
yeah.
used their MP recovery in the old game to constantly cycle through them.
Yep.
Like even if I went the magic route in the other game, I think I had to go through that game like 3 times, taking each different route
Yeah.
because save loss stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, in the end of the game, I took the magic form, and I could very, very quickly recover 3 bars of magic.
Mm-hmm.
And you're supposed to use that to do a lot of magic damage, but I was like, fuck it. And I just used the skills over and over again, and they're crazy powerful in that game. And I kind of
Yes.
miss that in Kingdom Hearts 2.
And now they're in Kingdom Hearts 2, and they're
Now
crazy
they're in-
powerful in this game.
Now they're in Kingdom Hearts 2, they're crazy powerful in this game as well.
Yeah,
So I like that, but that's not all. The plane moving around and dodging and all that stuff feels like Kingdom Hearts 1 again.
Mhm.
And they give you something new where you can block while you're in your combo.
Yeah.
It's not you're blocking and comboing at the same time. It's you can cancel your combo to block.
Yeah. Because it's the old block from Kingdom Hearts 1.
That was a skill then too. I guess
Yeah.
it didn't go far enough into the defensive route.
Well, like, how he does the whole Keyblade, he like swings around his back and then holds it with 2 hands. He does that in Limit Form because it's the old timing of that block, as opposed to the new block where he just like lifts up his Keyblade. And I think because of that, they managed to wriggle in that blocking mid combo thing, which you could do a little bit in Kingdom Hearts 1.
so
but
it
yeah,
wasn't a skill.
It wasn't a skill, no.
Right, because what you can do is like at any point in time you can cancel your combo and block because
Yeah.
that's the skill you have.
Yeah.
That's great. You have your dodge roll, of course, which is great.
Yeah.
And
I like-
then
Okay.
the regular attacking is terrible. Well,
yeah, I
like,
mean, it's like
you
that
don't
old
really-
school attacking.
You don't really not quite because the old school attacking you still had your regular combos as you going up, but it's like you de-equip all of those and you equip one end game finisher
Yeah.
or 2.
Although
And
you
it's
have like a
weird.
bunch, and like keep in mind like some of the skills that Sora has equipped, like multi-finish skills, like where you can do multiple finishers at once.
Mm-hmm.
Those will carry over to your limit forms, so later you'll be able to do multiple of those finishers, and like that feels really good in limit form, I think.
I wish sliding dash and aerial vortex carried over. Those are both your gap closers. In
Yeah,
limit
yeah.
form, you don't have those.
Yeah.
So I'm attacking from way too far away, and he just swings his key left.
That's why you just do Sonic Rave to get everywhere you need to go. Because it's fucking awesome. So I'll tell you, this is my secret for getting that limit form or that drive form up is just use Sonic Rave. Because like the thing is, to get experience for that form, you need to do the finishing move
Right.
of each like limit, and like the fucking Sonic Rave is like the most guaranteed finisher.
Strike rate is
Strike
I
rate's
wanna say
good, but you
is
can
more-
get hit out of that. And Sonic Rave, no one's fucking hit.
Oh, you can get hit out of that.
Yeah. It doesn't happen that often, but it does. So, I love having that form in the 1,000 Heartless battle, though. Because it's super fun. Just
I bet.
you're just doing it constantly because you can't go in dark. You can't go into anti form if you're doing limit. So you fuck some shit up. Tell you what.
Yep.
So is that kind of like making you like, in general, this time through, are you enjoying the Kingdom Hearts 2 battle system?
Oh, yeah.
More.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's good. That's what I
Like-
wanted.
Because like in the other game, I couldn't figure out precisely why I like the Kingdom Hearts 1 combat so much better.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a few key core things, like the dodging
Yeah.
and I guess sort of blocking mid combo. It was more of like you stop your combo, but it was quicker in Kingdom Hearts 1 than 2 to stop your combo and block.
Yeah.
It was basically those two things which allowed you to avoid being hit. In Kingdom Hearts 2, you're kind of like a sitting duck.
Yeah.
Way too long until I'm like in limit form, fucking no problems whatsoever. When I'm out of limit form, I'm a sitting duck. And
I definitely
it's
agree.
so much more apparent now that I have limit form.
Yeah. And it's like, I think that's why they added such a major
change.
Major change is because like they wanted to add a little bit of that spice of Kingdom Hearts 1 back into it, but they didn't want to just like give you dodge roll and give you a different type of guard. They gave you a form that'll get you dodge roll, and you can do those things that you can't do in Kingdom Hearts 2 system there. And it's like it's a really smart way to balance Kingdom Hearts 2 a little bit towards Kingdom Hearts 1. And I like it a lot. And I'm glad that you're enjoying Kingdom Hearts 2, it seems, all around more this time around. You got to see another new cutscene where he puts that disc in that tray. I'm guessing. Did you do the Thousand Heartless battle yet?
No. I haven't got that yet. Okay, so here's where I am. After I get out of Trials, I get Master Form.
Yep.
I go out, and I'm like, all right, I could continue the story and finish this place before the podcast, or I could go get dodge roll.
Yeah. So you went to go get dodge roll. Well, did you fight Demix, or are you just before then?
Oh, yeah, no, I haven't got done any of that.
Okay. Shit's about to go down then.
No, I just got out of I just got out of Halabashan Castle.
Okay.
And then, like, I walked out. I met with the treasure hunter people. Those people.
Yuna and the other characters from Final Fantasy X that no one cares about.
Yep. I don't think even anybody cares about Yuna either.
A lot of people care about Final Fantasy X, and she's like the other main character, so. Yeah, I know. I mean, like, I don't care, but whatever. Nerds in their games.
Nah, but I mean, like, you didn't really play very good Default. That's like
I played 10 hours of it. That would qualify as really playing it.
But I mean, it's like caring about the fucking fairy. In
yeah, fair enough. But like after what you told me about her, like
important character all the same.
Yeah. True. You care more about the other characters.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. That's it, right? That's all you've been playing?
Pretty much. I will tell you like what I went and did.
Okay.
So I went in and I left Hollow Bastion, headed for Twilight Town because I remember there was a spot at the mansion which made drive resets real easy.
Yeah.
But you can't get into the mansion yet.
Nope, not until the end of the game.
Yeah, and in the other game that entirely the Twilight Town thing.
Yeah.
That wasn't there. Like I'm talking about like deleted, gone.
Yeah.
You couldn't go there yet.
Yep.
You just went straight to Hollow Bastion.
Yeah, they take it off the map after you finish Hollow Bastion now, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the reason you can't go in the mansion is because a lot of super important items are in chests in the mansion, so you know how these games work with their silliness.
Yeah. So I'm like, all right, what's the next part? And I'm like, Beast Castle has another one that's real easy. The Parlor.
Yes.
First part where you land. That's
I know exactly what I worked up some drive orbs for Master Form there many a time. So.
Yep. So I go there, and I am... Actually, hold up. Before that, there's actually an easier way to reset your drive gauge. Outside of Hollow Bastion, like in that one moment, you have Donald and Goofy walking around. Whenever you have an area where they're walking around, that's a reset.
I know.
So if you go right back in that castle, in that area, it's just immediate. You don't even have to do the world thing. However, while I was there, for the life of me, I could not fucking figure out why I couldn't do finishes. Because what was happening to me is I'd start something, and then I couldn't hit the reaction command for triangle.
Yeah.
And I was like, what's going on? So I do this like for 30 minutes, not being able to figure out why I can't get off that reaction command.
Mm-hmm.
So I leave this area thinking it might have something to do with the area. Not even sure. I go to Beast's. I do the Twilight Town thing, then I go over to Beast's Castle.
Mm-hmm.
So in Beast's Castle, it worked once, but I could only get it to work once. Guess what I was doing?
What were you just spamming the drive form in that parlor, or?
Yeah, I was spamming the drive form right outside of it,
Okay,
where they were heartless. But guess what I was doing?
I have no idea.
Holding the L1 key.
What is that? The L1
Yep.
key. Playing too many PC games, Scott.
Yep,
You're holding the L1
holding the
button?
L1 button.
Yeah.
That disables your action commands.
Really?
Yep, because guess what happens when you hold the,
Oh,
what's
it
the L1
opens up
button?
the shortcut
It
menu.
ends up in the shortcut menu, and triangle's one of the shortcuts.
Ah.
And I'm like, yeah, that's a smart thing to do.
Yeah.
But like, I didn't realize it while I was trying to, and I was getting very frustrated, and I was running out of time.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I wanted to say, it's my dodge roll, and I want it now. Before the podcast.
Yeah. I mean, you can still say it. We understand. You'll have it soon. I'll tell you the trick that I use, and again, very inside baseball for Kingdom Hearts 2 right now. If you're a fan, you should. If you're not a fan, you should go play it. To get the master form up and to easily just go out to the map to reset the drive gauge and get all your gauges back, I would go to Mulan's World, and you can't go there yet because you have to finish part 2 of Mulan's World first. But the hallway between the Emperor's chambers and where you fight Shao Kahn, not Shao Kahn.
Shao Kahn's Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, Shao Kahn's
What?
Mortal Kombat. Yeah, I know, Shin.
Hello.
Somebody.
Back for your idiocy.
Remember when you fight Shao Kahn in Kingdom Hearts 2? do you remember that part? Anyway, in Mulan's World, where you fight whatever the fucking Hun guy is, and the Emperor's Chambers, that hallway, a bunch of those big spear carrier guys, centaur guys, hang out there, and they just drop a ton of big drive orbs. So that's what I would do to level up Master Form and Valor Form, because they take a lot of hits. And then right in the Emperor's room, there's a save point that you can just pop out to. So there you go.
Yeah.
Life hack. How was your trip, Nabashin?
Did you see that cake? He sent us a picture.
Oh, I didn't see it.
I saw it. Pretty nice cake.
Oh, that's a nice cake. I see the picture on my lock screen. I'm digging the cake. All right. Is that all, Scott? Is that your Kingdom Hearts corner for the week?
Yeah.
Okay. You haven't missed much, Nabashin. We're still talking about video games.
I've noticed.
You weren't gone for that long. We've only been recording for an hour, so.
Only an hour.
Only an hour. Oh, we got so much left.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, after a short episode last week, we had to make up for it somehow. Video games I've been playing, I went and I got the Bloodborne Platinum.
Yeah.
I finally did it. Because,
Take that, Brad Shoemaker.
Yeah, Brad, I've been watching his Bloodborne videos, and I only watched the first one, but it's really funny. I went through that same fucking bullshit, and so I feel him. So I have 2 other characters that I was like, oh, these guys are in the last area. I can finish the game now. Ends up, one of them was the one that I was playing through with Jacob, and I forgot. So I almost finished the game with that character, but I stopped. The other one was one that I made with Damien that had the long axe, and I was playing through with that. And I had actually leveled them up to the same stats. So I just jumped. I played through most of the game with one, and I jumped in the other, and then I played through and beat the game. Got the last ending that I needed. Got the platinum trophy. I tweeted about it. Go find that tweet, favorite it. I would love you if you did. So that's done. I finally did it. I still really like that game.
I should give that game to somebody else.
Yeah, it's a pretty good game. I like it. I'm sorry that you don't. But
It's not that I don't. It's just it's not my thing. I bought it though, but yeah, it's not my thing.
But The Witcher dough.
Witcher dough.
That game probably sucks.
Dang, it's probably bad. Just write off like you did The Witcher 2. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, Bloodborne behind me. I got the platinum. I said I would. I did it. I made my word. I was just lazy. and I was waiting to play through it with Jacob, but Jacob's still wrapped around The Witcher. So,
did you ever finish the Persona 4 Golden Platinum?
None of us did.
No.
I
The only thing
remember you being like 1 trophy away or something.
I'm like 2, I think. I have to get all the social links, and I have to read all the
All
books.
of them in one playthrough?
Yeah. I have the compendium, social links, and the books. So.
You already did Margaret?
And Margaret. Shit, that's right. And the fish, but that's the catching the fish, but that's part of the social links and the book stuff, or not the books, but the social links. So like again, I'm like one playthrough. I could do it in one playthrough, but I've been
PlayStation Vita TV, man. I just got my shit set up.
I've been really scared of playing that game again because two reasons. One, I don't know. What if I like it less this time through than I did last time? Which I will, no doubtedly, to an extent, because it's not the first time. You know, I'm not seeing everything for the first time. And two, because like as soon as I start playing through it, like that's all I'm gonna want to do. So I'm just kind of waiting at this point.
Waiting for which game again?
Persona 4 Golden.
Persona 4 Golden. I mean,
anyway.
Hey, it's one of those games that I didn't finish.
Yeah,
So I mean, you could be overrating it just a little bit. Just a little bit.
I don't think. I think we have different tastes, Scott. I think we've established that earlier in this episode. Just a teensy little. No offense, of course.
But like it's all about the right mood and the right feeling you have to get to start playing those games again.
I might play it leading up to Persona 5 is the thing. So there's a mood I can get myself in for that game.
It's just a matter of time and nothing else like preoccupying your time for it. At least that's how I feel like for me to go through the entire game again. I'm all set up for it now. And I'm even ready to stream it even if I want to. It's just a matter of just actually going through it and doing everything that I want to do and spending the time to do that. Like if I'm not playing The Witcher 2 or thinking about playing Mass Effect again or something like that, then that'll be the time to play Persona 4 again.
Yeah, for sure. I've been playing Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. You can watch me play at youtube.com/irrationalpassions. 5 episodes up right now as we're recording this. 7 will be up if you're listening to the audio version of this show. So check that shit out. It's pretty good. I like that game so fucking much. Every time I play through it, it's just like a reminder of all the excellence of that game. It's written very, very well. It's very beautiful, and it looks excellent on the GameCube. And I don't know, it's just a great game. It's just super fun. The combat system, the companions, pretty much every layered system in that game I think is excellent. The way there are sections of that game that you play through as Bowser and Peach, and in some of the Bowser sections you play kind of like homages to the original Super Mario Brothers, where you're like Bowser side-scrolling on a screen, breathing fire and stuff, which is kind of like the preface to Super Paper Mario in a lot of ways, I think. It's super fun. It's totally worth your time. And if you just would rather watch someone play the game and not spend the money on it, because I don't know how available it is to find that GameCube game right now, you can watch me play it. youtube.com/irrationalpassions. I got this. So MVP Nabashin. I got the. If you're watching the video, I'm holding up. I got the Super Smash Bros. Controller adapter for Wii U, which is the GameCube adapter. Finally,
Tony's happy.
Tony is happy.
Yes.
It's been what, 3 weeks of you texting me anytime it goes up,
It's been like a month, dude.
Yeah, it's been a while, and it's just like every time, I'm there, I'm right on it, but it's just add item to cart. There's nothing in your cart. What the fuck? Add item to cart. There's nothing in your cart. Add item to cart. There's nothing in your cart. It's $57. What?
Yeah.
How did this happen so quickly? So in this case, I guess they were just let's see how many numbers we can get in. So the window is a lot wider, and I got it. And it shipped a couple days later. I got it on Sunday. And I hate to eat my own words, but it's so different playing with a goddamn GameCube controller.
I told you, man. I told you.
I don't get it. I don't understand why it feels better. I don't know.
we were on the same page. She was like, "Oh, we'll just learn it. It's not that big of a deal."
It's not that big a deal, but it's different.
It's night and day, dude.
It's like totally night and day, and I hate it. I hate that it's night and day. I hate that I had to buy this stupid fucking thing to really understand. It's fucking bullshit.
But you like it.
But I love it. Oh, it feels like
Hey, you don't need help. Now you don't need to have friends bring over controllers for 8-player Smash.
Well, I mean, I still do because I only have 2 GameCube controllers. So.
What happened to the other 4?
I only had 2.
What?
Well, I mean, technically I have 3, but the rubber's rubbed off on the.
I think I've got a couple of extra ones.
Okay. But anyway, what? Yeah, I noticed it. Don't worry. It's yeah, it's night and day. I don't fucking get it, man. Like you don't get it right either, Nabishin. Like it feels so much better. It feels like as soon as you like switch the analog stick to like left or right and hit the A button, you're like, oh yeah, this is right. And it's so fucking stupid. But whatever, like the experience is going to be that much better from here on out, and my friends will stop complaining that I have to use like a Wii Remote nunchuck with one person and a Pro controller with another.
Well, actually,
person.
we'll still have to do that
For 8-player Smash, but like whatever. We unfortunately don't usually have enough people that want to play to do 8-player Smash. Recently at least. But I'm getting back on it.
Like the only sad thing about it is that like it's kind of too late as far as about me getting this adapter thing because like no one's really playing Smash anymore. Mark and Katie aren't playing Smash really that much anymore. I pretty much gave it to them. I was like, hey, whenever I come over, we should play Smash, and like we have yet to do that yet. Like I got Mewtwo, and I tried him once for that one day, and I didn't even do anything.
I luckily have enough people that we'll play like Smash for like a whole hour and a half block regularly enough, and we have a good time. So
I'm just saying, just fucking Nintendo, man. Just get your shit together. This bullshit with the shit that you advertise and you can't even have it when it's available or should be available. That irritates me.
Yeah, it's a mess in that regard. And I mean, I got it though. Luckily, it's doable if I can get it. You out there, just have Nabishin text you. I don't know what the fuck sources you have, but they're like on point.
Oh, video game deals on Twitter.
Okay.
Cheap ass gamer, man.
But yeah, it was great because like Wednesday last week, I was in class, in the first class, we're going over the syllabus. And then the professor's talking, and I'm like, fuck no, I get the text message saying, it's up now! And I'm like, let me fucking Amazon. I'm logging into my Amazon account on the school computer. That's not working, so I go on my phone, and I'm like, hoping no one's like watching, judging me. So, yeah. And I didn't even get it that time. It was the Friday that I got this, or Saturday, whatever. So, it's so stupid. Although they did announce they have same-day shipping coming to Baltimore, the Baltimore area in Maryland for Amazon.
Yeah, I did my old zip code, and it's in that area, so you should be able to get it.
Oh yeah, for sure. The only other thing I've been playing outside The Witcher is the Massive Chalice, which did not even know that it was free with gold. This games with gold this month, and it came out June 1st. Again, I didn't know that. So like I booted up my Xbox One. I was watching YouTube, watching some Game Grumps, and then I'm like, oh, what's games with gold for June? Like, I didn't know what to expect. I'm like, Massive Chalice? Are you kidding me? The game's out, and no one's been talking about it. And usually, like Nabishin, you would like tweet me saying like, "You're stupid. Why aren't you playing Massive Chalice?" And I'd be like, "You're right." And then you hadn't.
Would I do that?
You would totally do it if someone was free on PlayStation Plus or something.
I mean, I don't have an Xbox One.
Yeah, but I'm saying you told me about Rayman Legends. That's when I went and got that. So,
that's Rayman Legends.
True enough. Massive Chalice.
Besides, I thought you would be in the know because, like, I know that, like, ever since that Kickstarter got announced, you were interested in.
Yeah, I was super interested.
You're in the know, right?
You're in the know, right? I am super happy I downloaded it. Been playing it. I played it for the couple hours before we started recording. Kind of premise for people who don't know is it's a turn-based strategy game very similar to XCOM. The game is XCOM. I should outright say that. I don't want to be reductive, but the game is XCOM without a cover system. Like that is the gameplay, and it's like medieval, so like people have crossbows and like battering rams and like little
Yeah,
swords
back when
and stuff.
cover wasn't really a thing.
Yeah, when there was no cover, there was no need for cover.
Well, people didn't even like think, I should not.
I should hide behind this. I mean, you can hide behind stuff, and people with projectiles will just move a little to the left and then shoot you. But it's
Just like
literally
monkeys.
it's the same fog of war. It's the same isometric perspective. You can hit the D-pad for God's sake and change it the exact same way you could in XCOM. None of these are bad things. I'm not taking anything away from the game. It's awesome.
And I sure hope they make a new XCOM series soon. I really
Yeah,
enjoyed that
God,
game.
I could go for a fucking XCOM game. Ends up, good thing, as we'll talk about very soon. It's just really cool. It's kind of got this silly tone behind it. You're this immortal leader that's been like bonded to this giant talking chalice that has like two souls in it. One's a female, one's a male, and they're like your guide, but you're not allowed to leave your throne. So you like focus your mind, and then like you can command your troops from inside your head or whatever. Your mind palace, if I may. So it's kind of silly, but you have like right now I've seen 3 different classes, which is one with a crossbow, one with a battering ram, and one with like these Wolverine claw type things.
It's not Wolverine.
That is not Wolverine, that's for sure. The alchemist is that class, and they can like throw basically grenades.
That is not Elbert Eric.
That no, it's not.
Keep going, guys.
Thank you. Don't encourage me. It's really cool. I like it a lot. It feels like XCOM. It looks, from a perspective, it looks like XCOM, except it's got this really cool stylized art. The whole kind of twist to it is that the story is happening over the course of hundreds of years. So in order to accommodate that, you build these fortresses to combat the Cadence. Cadence is this ethereal enemy that's invading your lands. And you build fortresses, and you put people in charge of the fortresses. You match 2 people up, and it's likely that they will create children. So, like, as years and years and years go by, they have children, and the children sometimes inherit their skills, and then they will grow, and once they're 15, they're old enough to fight, and then they will bring their inherited skills and their unique personality traits and stuff into battle. And as characters get older, they'll get wiser, they'll get less impulsive and stuff like that. Those kind of characteristics will affect statistics and numbers on the battlefield, which I think is cool. So you can also have a family, like one of my families has like a relic of that family's house, and like their children will inherit it, and their children will inherit it, so on and so forth, which I think is cool. It's and like you hit, like basically you go to a map screen, and it's like the whole XCOM hit button to pass time thing. And like my comparisons to XCOM are positive, they're not reductive. It is very much XCOM in a lot of ways, but that's a good thing. 2012 Irrational Passions Game of the Year, XCOM Enemy Unknown.
Number 2, Persona 4 Golden.
Number 2 is Persona 4. Never forget. You never forget. But yeah, you'll hit R2, and like it'll be like years and years and years passing. So like it's been like 47 years or whatever since my game started. So people have grown old and died and had children, and the children have grown up and entered battle. So time passes and things continue on. It's really cool. I like it. And I really want to play more. Unfortunately, I've only played what I played today, which was just a couple of hours. Doesn't seem that hard, but I played X-Men, and I finished it on Iron Man Impossible difficulty. Not Impossible, the one down from that. Iron Man hard mode, basically.
You said X-Men. XCOM.
X-Men. I played that X-Men game on Wolverine difficulty. It's not Wolverine. I played XCOM. Thank you, Scott, for catching my own unique PS3. I played XCOM on the hard mode, Iron Man, where you can't reload your saves. I'm playing this on the Iron mode, is what they call it, so you can't reload your saves, because it's the best way to play these kinds of games, I think. And yeah, it's good. So maybe if you've played a lot of XCOM and you want to play something like that, put this on hard mode, maybe, which is a fair recommendation. And yeah, I'm going to keep playing more. I'll talk about it more next week, I think. That's it. Unless you want to talk more about The Witcher now that you're back, an option. But we can kind of keep rolling if you want. Is Nobshin dead? Oh, he said BRB. So there you go.
He's dead.
We're going to keep rolling then. We're going to take a little bit of a break, and when we come back, there's a ton of news to talk about, ends up. And we're going to make some fun E3 predictions. Brant Range is going to join us, correspondent, to give us his E3 predictions. And we've got E3 predictions from you, lovely listeners, that have emailed them in. So we'll be back with all of that in just a little bit. Choo, choo, choo. Nobshin's not here to do it, so.
Smacking up that bat tech.
That sweet back tag. Like, just get it right behind you. You want to go get another drink?
I got stuff.
Oh, yeah, you still got stuff left. Well, I will. Okay. Be right back, Scott.
You've abandoned me.
Yep, he left us.
Fuck that guy.
Don't have too much of a romance.
Too late.
Already
Scott,
done.
come here.
Done.
All right. I'll see you in a few minutes.
I might not be coming over for Bloodborne.
You better come over.
Well, as it turns out, my mom is sick, and if Casey leaves to go do anything, then I'm supposed to stay behind.
So you should leave now before he can.
Right, but at the same time, Casey did say that he would stay and take care of mom if she wanted to. But nobody said anything after that, so I'm like, I don't think it's going to be a problem, but at the same time, Casey just kind of ups and leaves to go do things.
Just go ask him. Be like, hey, Casey, can you stick around? I'm going to go do a thing. Okay, I said nothing about quesadillas, Alex.
I thought you said, Alex, you want to go get some quesadillas or something?
No. No, we're talking about getting Scott over here.
Is that some... Here, tell Alex this.
Alex says you're coming over, so you better go talk to Casey.
Yeah, hold up.
Quesadillas, huh? Am I right?
Quesadilla.
Huh?
Man, you're messing this up. I'm trying to throw him on a guilt trip for him giving Grant your quesadilla.
Burgundy jacket? Would you qualify that color as burgundy?
I would qualify this as red.
I mean, red. Burgundy is a type of red.
Yeah, so red.
So red, idiot.
Idiot.
So how's that Tap Titans? Did you quit yet?
Stupid booby face.
No.
I thought you would have quit by now.
Is Nobshin back?
No.
Well, talk to me about it.
Hi, Scott.
Are you playing it, Scott?
Yeah, I'm playing it.
How many times you prestige?
What?
6.
Tap Titans.
Oh.
I think I'm on like 5.
What's your
KD ratio, bro?
No, what's your plus damage at for your relics?
515%.
Alright, now I'm a little upset.
Why?
Because mine's 4,000.
What? What did you do? Did you just get like really good relics?
I
did you
won
do?
a tournament. I pretty much won 2 tournaments. Every tournament that I've been in, I pretty much won.
Oh, I didn't notice that there was another tournament happening right now.
There is a tournament happening right now. You want to win those.
It's all the weapon upgrades, I'm guessing.
Yep.
The 2 tournaments I've been in, one of them, the first place guy got to like level 300, and then the other one I was in, like there were 6 people that got like to level 1000. So I was like, I'm sitting at like level 150.
Yeah. Okay. So I also have Given coaching me through. That also might be a thing.
Yeah, probably. You can show me the pro strats.
So
Alex,
let me download
Tap Titans real quick. Yeah. It's actually a lot of fun.
I'm not downloading it, just so you know.
You should download it because we can party up. And
we
then
can party
any of
up.
us taps,
and I can
taps
tap
for you too.
I can tap.
I'm getting nauseous in this conversation.
Just try it.
While this conversation's happening.
Just try it.
Maybe later.
All right. While we're bloodborning.
Yeah. I'll have some time to get while we're
That's
bloodborning.
Like you don't even have to play. You could just be like, "Hey, Scott, you want to tap for me?" I'll be like, "All right, I'm tapping for me too."
Yeah.
And then you get upgrades while I'm tapping for you. Then you feel good about yourself.
What's your code, Scott?
What's your sex code? It's anal. Don't laugh at that too, Scott. I expected Tony to laugh at it.
That was forced, by the way.
Okay, good.
Add friend.
That was also forced.
Whatever, man. I'll take it.
Takes what you can get.
That.
Fat.
Well, I mean, that's pretty much what this comes out to.
What, fapping?
What? No, no. You see
Tap,
this
tap,
right
tap,
here?
tap, 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 tap.
This is Italian for fapping.
Oh, okay. Zacque 6KN3. Oh, that's fapping. I see.
Oh, I didn't even know you put it in the chat.
I feel very cultured now.
Z6KN3.
Just read his cutout on this fucking video.
Who gives a shit?
If you're playing Tap Titans, play it with Scott and Tony, I guess.
Yeah.
Scott's in my
Oh my
party.
god, this person has all the amiibos.
Scott's in my party.
Yep.
Except for Shulk, apparently.
All right. So did Given give you any tips at all?
Nope.
Okay. So
I just been going.
what relics do you have?
I have the Parchment of Importance,
Alright.
the Ring of Opulence, the Ring of Wondrous Charm, the Otherworldly Armor, and then a super good relic called Hero's Thrust.
Hero's Thrust is good. The other ones you probably wanted to salvage.
But if I have already leveled them up, is that
Yeah. Yeah. No, you don't want to salvage them anymore. What's it cost to get a new relic?
36 things.
Yeah, you're fine.
This isn't working as well as I thought it would.
Okay, so
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
don't spend any gems on anything but salvaging until we get you good relics.
I usually don't spend them on anything anyway. Because I don't kill bosses unless I can kill them in 5 seconds, so my heroes never die.
Because I'm
Yeah.
pro. I'm so good at this game.
Well, yeah, okay. So if one of your heroes dies, you get half the relics you would. Then they would.
Right,
they
that's
were
what I
alive.
mean.
So
That's why I've been-
it is always to your advantage to just play the game so your heroes never die. And if you ever get to a point where you can't do that, you just prestige.
Yeah. Oh, wow. So instead of, like, going as far as you can?
And yeah,
Because usually I go up to, like, at least level 100.
you shouldn't be having problems at 100 with 500 plus damage.
right now I don't. But, like, the first time I ever played, I went to level 95.
Mhm.
Then I prestiged. Then I went to, like, level 110. And then I prestiged. And then I did, like, a tournament, so I got to, like, level 124 or something. And then I prestiged. And now I'm at, like, level 80.
Yeah, I got lucky with my weapon upgrades too, so that's another thing. Like, Given hated me because he told me I was that lucky.
Mm.
So what I have, the first relic I got is called Overseer's Lotion.
Okay.
That a max level that halves your shadow clone's cooldown.
That seems good.
So that pretty much every time a main boss is up, I have shadow clone up.
Yeah, right?
Damien posted a status that said he's at the raceway near us.
Second thing I got, not
He said-
to.
Even though the track is wet, I still need to smell that burning rubber. And I commented, "You sicken me."
Is he talking about big black dildos?
Yeah, it's exact. You nailed it. No, he's talking about a racetrack.
I'm pretty sure they're covered with axe.
Bro rape is a huge problem on college campuses.
You know.
Damien's doing whatever the fuck he wants with his facial hair now.
I had lunch with him today, and goddamn, the problem I have with it is he does not connect the goatee. Damien,
Oh.
he shaved his beard, so it's the goatee and the mustache are disconnected, like right here. So he has like an independent, super thick mustache and an independent, super thick goatee, and they just it doesn't mix if they're not connected. I keep telling him it's freaking me out. I feel like his mustache is like a big wriggly caterpillar.
What's the next roommates, man?
We are recording when Damien is in after the 14th. It's very
All right.
complicated. We're recording after the 14th. Did you listen to the road show?
No, man, I haven't listened to roommates in a while.
Oh, okay. We were all hanging out one night.
When was that? When did you record that? I remember you talking about you were going to do that, but I
It
can't
was
remember
like
when
May
that was.
26th or something. It wasn't that long ago. It was after I got. It was before I left for San Francisco. It was like literally right before. So must have been like the 11th. And we were all just hanging out, and we went out to dinner, and then it was like 11 o'clock, and then we went to walk around the lake near me, and then Damon's like, I have a question. And I'm like, let's record this.
How'd the audio turn out?
It actually turned out pretty all right.
Okay.
I was surprised. Yeah, so I put it up. It was 30 minutes. It was a good time. We talked. Damien hosted. I put in quotes. So that's a quality introduction. I'll let you know. I want to get him to host more shows because he could totally do it. He has the presence to do it. So, all right. We all ready?
Yeah.
We're all ready. We'll talk about more Tab Titans when I'm over at Alex's place. Also, Alex, for a quick update, my mom is sick. Might have to take care of her, so I might not be able to come over. But like, I'm gonna try and be there.
Okay, you do what you gotta do, man. If your mom's sick, I understand.
Don't force it.
But if it was literally any other excuse, I'd tell you to go fuck yourself.
But here's the thing.
But I mean,
His
like,
brother
go
already
fuck
agreed
yourself.
To stay and watch
No offense.
But like, go fuck. No offense.
No offense, bro.
No offense.
That's probably one of my favorite of our stupid in jokes now. It was the one with no offense.
I'm on my way.
I'm on
No
my
offense.
way. No offense.
What do you mean, no offense? What do you mean you're on your way?
Oh, you would have had to be there for the Bloodborne stream.
You could be there. You could be on your way for this, Scott.
Scott will be on.
I
his
told
way.
them the story
Oh,
because
did you?
I put it in the titles
Yeah.
ahead of time. We never talked about it on the show, and then when we got the titles, I was just like, I don't even
Where
know.
the fuck did this come
He was like, I don't remember what this is about. I'm like, oh, it didn't happen on the show.
And then he just like made it just the show title like afterwards.
It was an accident, I swear. All right, we're starting.
We all know that you can't believe that. It was definitely not an accident.
Nothing's an accident.
It's never an accident.
News in gaming. Hot off the presses. Let's talk about some news, guys and gals. Breaking news. It broke like literally 30 minutes before we started recording. Dark Souls 3.
Yep.
It's happening. I mean, I think we all kind of knew it was going to happen at some point in our heart of hearts. Dark Souls 3 is apparently leaked out. A lot of screenshots leaked out. Who did it leak from, Nobshin?
Funhouse.
Funhouse.
Part of Rooster Teeth.
Yeah, I like those guys.
Yeah.
Every time I watch their silly videos that you send me, Nobshin, I'm having a good time.
Yeah.
So they covered it. Apparently, anonymous source sent them a bunch of screenshots and a bunch of information to go with it. A lot of interesting bits of information came out with this. We've got a lot of leaks, a lot of stuff to cover, so I'll try and keep this moving. But it's apparently Dark Souls 3 might have up to 4-player cooperative play. Some of the things I took away from it. There, you have to perform some kind of sacrificial ritual in order to be summoned into another person's world. Not much known about this, but get this, you'll like this, Scott. By performing these rituals and going to other worlds, not only do you create like a bounty on your head, but there is another mechanic related to bosses, like evolving and getting stronger and more evil, that could be related to your world getting darker and darker or lighter and lighter. So
I do like that.
they may be trying to remake the world tendency system from Demon Souls, which was very inelegant and complicated, but was very interesting.
It was more obscure than complicated. Because, like,
I mean-
if you went and you looked up how to do like the stuff, it was like, oh yeah, it's fucking simple. But
Yeah,
they just don't tell you about it.
Yeah, they don't
So-
convey it through the game very well at all. And I think it's a really cool idea, though, and if they did convey it through the game, it can be redone and reimagined really well. So that's actually kind of exciting. The example they brought up in this leak, and you can go watch the Funhouse video of them kind of walking through all the information that they had, was that like bosses will transform into bigger, more terrifying monsters. and they're not, and they're judging by some of the information that they were giving, they were surmising that could be from the world tendency being darker, and that would be related to the sacrificial rituals that you need to do in order to go to other people's worlds, or yada yada yada. Either way, a lot of interesting information, possible like special abilities that you can equip to perform like tuck and roll style attacks and special attacks, making the game more actiony, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But again, this is definitely continuing the Dark Souls tradition as opposed to the Bloodborne kind of the set of standards that they set with that. So I'm very curious. More information coming at E3. I assume this will be officially unveiled at E3, but it leaked today. So, thoughts? Scott, interested in another Dark Souls game?
Very much so, now that you told me that.
Mm-hmm. Before that, you weren't as interested, though?
It would depend, because, like, at this point, we're talking about rule of 3 here.
Yeah. The infamous Nabashin's rule of 3.
Just because rule of 3, but
Yeah.
because they could have leaned very much toward Dark Souls 1.
Mm-hmm.
They could have done the things in that game that I don't like about it so much.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the magic so much in that game.
Yeah. I don't think anybody does.
So it's like,
I didn't like the magic.
No, I didn't either. Pyromancer's okay, but like
I don't think I ever even used it in our playthrough.
I tried
and
using
then
it. It just
I don't remember which game it was, but I do remember saying, all right, bows are buffed in this game, bows are not worth it in this game.
mm-hmm. It's probably 1, I think.
Buff or nerf?
Buffed in 1, nerfed in 2, I think it was.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, probably.
Because you could do the reticle in 2 and like
Mhm.
actually shoot really well. You could do something similar in 1, but it wasn't as good. I don't know, like after playing Bloodborne, I said this earlier, like I don't know if I'm interested in another Dark Souls game. Just because the combat's so different, I definitely prefer Bloodborne style combat, just because it's a lot faster.
Blood Souls?
Blood Souls is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Blood Dark. Darkborn.
Nope. None of those work.
Wait, that's racist. It sounds like they're doing just a bunch of new things, though. And
Right.
some of the information implied that there could be like returning areas and monsters from the previous 2 Dark Souls games, which could be cool. I'd like, a little bit of throwback stuff. And again, the leak implied or said,
you know what would be cooler?
what?
If they tried to tie both worlds in together.
Yeah, like kind of like connecting the 2, like.
Mm-hmm.
Like Dark Souls 3 is a sequel to
Because,
Dark Souls, the prequel to 2.
the story for both games, gotta look to find it, but it's still there and it's still pretty cool.
Yeah, they set up a really cool world. And I'd like to, I like just being in that world that's so different than everything else. Same with Bloodborne. I don't know. I'm
okay. Tell me what they set up in Bloodborne as far as story and world go.
I don't want to ruin it.
But I feel like you can't ruin it.
I mean, I guess because it's all.
I feel like it's cool enough that you can't ruin it.
It's they set up this kind of idea that. Well, I'll refrain from ruining the kind of bigger aspects that they reveal on the game, especially because Tony's here. But they set up this kind of conflict between this church and this school, and the school kind of established the blood healing techniques that are used throughout the society, and then the church took them and then kind of changed them and said, "All right, these are ours now." And then they totally disavowed the school, Bergenworth, and the forest and everything that leads to it, and they say you're not allowed to go, that's forbidden now, thus the Forbidden Woods, and Bergenworth's forbidden, and they're all heretics. And the church kind of built this society around Yarnum in the Upper Cathedral Ward, which is kind of the richer, more powerful church ward, and the Cathedral Ward in Central Yarnum, going down tiers of using these blood healing techniques, and so much so people kind of. The way I took it in was people became addicted to it, kind of like the Adam in Rapture.
Oh yeah.
Except they didn't go mad. There was a plague, and then the Night of the Hun happened, and then the plague turned everyone into beasts, and that's when everybody started going crazy. So it's cool. It's interesting. Like I like that world, and there's a lot more to it. Like there's Canehurst, which is like this castle of people who are kind of like vampires, and
Yeah,
I
like
I like it a lot.
that's the reason why I would want to play that game. Like the combat, good, not what I prefer. Good, but all of those kinds of games, people call them storyless, and like no, the story's just not the forefront of that game.
Yeah,
But they still put effort into it, and it's still really cool.
but they have a world that they built that has a story. You just have to find it. And
Right.
the cool thing is you can find that story just by looking around and seeing stuff. Environmental storytelling is just super
Right.
cool.
And like the coolest thing about it is you could be completely oblivious to it, even though it's right in front of your face.
Yeah, it's there if you want it, or
That's the way. It's what makes finding it that much cooler or sweeter.
I totally,
I don't like which word.
I don't know, like satisfying.
There we go.
I agree. I mean that was one of the things like that you told me that sold me on Demon Souls. So, but we're getting a little off track. That's about it for Dark Souls 3. We're expecting. Oh, go ahead.
I was wondering if this means I could doing that one too.
I don't know.
doubt it. That'd be like way too fast as far as like just getting all Bloodborne just to go to Dark Souls 3
I imagine Miyazaki's probably working on the next Bloodborne
or the expansion for Bloodborne.
or the expansion for Bloodborne.
Or steampunk Demonborn.
Yeah, was that between parts that we talked about? We want the next. Scott, you said that it would be the era after the
Yeah,
Victorian
because
era.
okay, Demon Souls. Let's just say that's like the first one, all right?
Yeah.
So after Demon Souls, we'll say Bloodborne's a sequel. They
Yeah.
skipped an era from Demon Souls to
Yeah,
Bloodborne.
they went from medieval.
Victorian,
They skipped Renaissance and went straight to Victorian
right, and so then they'd go from there
to industrial.
to industrial.
But they could like take that in a steampunk direction instead of like a super mechanical direction, and that would a steampunk like Dark Souls style game would be really cool.
I mean, they definitely adapt the mechanics,
Yeah,
and quite frankly, I think they might even make it a little faster,
yeah,
but like tighter kind of faster.
yes. Faster, better, stronger, if I may. Anyway, I don't know. If
I would
we-
like that. I would like that.
My guess, my E3 prediction, the option is that the guy who did Dark Souls 2 would be the project lead on Dark Souls 3.
More likely. Does it feel like the Souls games are coming out too fast for you? Just asking.
It's weird. Bloodborne is so different that I'd say no. If Dark Souls 3 continues to be different, which it sounds like it is, I would say no. I mean,
Because it's not like they've come out with one every year.
yeah. This would be
The third year in a row.
this would be the third year in a row, which would be weird. But
Little weird. But I like. Do we know that it's coming out next year?
the leak said 2016. So yes,
I was assuming that was a bit of ways off.
yeah. I don't know.
But like then again, it's 2 years in between the Dark Souls games.
Yeah.
But and the catch here is that the From Software guys, not Dark Souls.
Well, it's a different team that in From Software that does Dark Souls. There are two From Software teams now. The thing is, like, I like these games so much that I could play one of them every year. I'm okay with that. Right now, I mean, I would have said the same thing about Batman, like before City came out, but now I'm like hoping that this Batman game is the last one, and that could just be that Arkham Origins was kind of a mess, but you know. Let's get back into news. That's Dark Souls 3. Hopefully that's going to be unveiled at E3. We'll be able to talk about it more then.
At the Microsoft conference.
Yeah, and like the key with
Yeah,
that is
Microsoft
so long as enough changes.
Yes. And
So
it
long
sounds
as enough changes, and it sounds like it's going in that direction.
yeah, again, this is all leaked information. I think it sounds pretty trusted, especially considering there are screenshots that are super legit that came out of this. But, you know, we'll wait until we know more for sure. Tons of stuff came out this week. Valve is apparently rolling out a return policy on Steam. A refund program is what they're calling it. for nearly any purchase, quote unquote. It says, and here's the Valve quote here. Maybe your PC doesn't meet hardware requirements. Maybe you bought a game by mistake. Maybe you played the title for an hour and just didn't like it. Doesn't matter. Valve will, upon request via help.steampower.com, issue a refund for any reason if the request is made within 14 days of purchase and the title has been played for less than 2 hours. There are more details below, but even if you fall outside of the refund rules we've described, you can ask for a refund anyway, and we'll take a look.
That might fuck up early access in a big way.
I think so for sure.
I think they're rolling this out because of early access.
Yeah, I totally agree.
And I mean, like, okay, it burns early access a little bit, but at the same time, it's something that needed to be burned.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's like that's a wound that needed to be cauterized.
I thought they already had this in like Europe, but not in the U.S. Maybe.
I don't know. I've known people that have.
I thought they had like laws and practices that you were required to have like some kind of refund thing. They're like a little bit more fair about that in Europe.
That's possible.
I could be wrong.
I mean, it's totally possible. I've known people that have contacted Valve support and have gotten refunds that meet these requirements. And I don't know. That's like, I wasn't sure what the kind of like requirements were, but that's like really loose, I think.
Well, I mean, like, at the same time, you have to play it for less than 2 hours, meaning that, like, you haven't really gotten into the game.
Yeah.
So it's like, it gives you leeway to test out a game before you buy it now.
Yeah.
Like even though you're not getting into the meat of it.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair. I mean, you can't do that at GameStop or Best Buy is the thing. So I
thought they had a return policy.
They have a return policy, but GameStop, if it's opened, you can't return it.
I'd say that's fair. Like, I'd say that's fair enough because I live in a house. Like, you kind of get this.
Yeah, no, like
you live in a house with messy people.
Yeah, there's a.
You open that game case. There is a chance that in 3 days, 3 days tops, that game's not playable anymore because there's just a gash across it.
I don't live with savages, luckily enough. My roommates have.
But you do know about them scratched up discs that just don't work anymore.
Oh yeah, I do. My roommates are respectful towards discs, optical
not
discs.
your roommates. I'm talking about like your past.
Yeah, true. Gus will just fucking scratch up a disc.
I'm like, for that, I'm like, fair enough.
Mm-hmm. I like this policy a lot. I think it's fair. It's totally open. But again, that's just like news I wanted to get out of the way. Let's get to the real shit.
That was the real shit. That was the realest.
That was the realest shit. XCOM 2 announced.
Fucking damn it.
PC exclusive coming
That's right.
That's pretty cool though.
November.
But guess what?
What?
Tony, guess what?
What's up?
We can't play it.
Oh, I know.
Why?
These are outdated now.
Yeah, but XCOM isn't like a super intense game.
Like GTA does not work on this.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't expect it. GTA is like
Mortal
up there with The
Kombat
Witcher.
Doesn't really work on this. As it turns out, I found out what happened, Tony. I don't know why it happened when you came over, but when I was playing before, it auto set it to the settings that we had before.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, for whatever reason, maybe I was clicking through a menu too fast, and it said, don't keep these settings for next time.
Oh.
Something. And then it just never changed back. Like, first time I opened it up. But yeah, that's what I was dealing with the entire time when I first opened it up when we played Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
I think you'll be all right with XCOM.
I don't think so.
The thing is
not.
that they said they're going PC exclusive, right? I know that's probably why you guys are worried about this. But if you look at the game, you know, I'm not saying it's ugly or anything. I'm just saying it's a very simple art style. But it's basic. XCOM 1 runs fine on my computer. I'm not worried about XCOM 2. They're saying they're using the platform mainly for like mods, because they want mod support, and so they can take advantage of specific aspects of the platform to make systems that they couldn't before. I still am pretty confident that it'll get ported to PS4 and Xbox One at some point.
They came out and said that they're not opposed to it. It's just like something they're not looking into right now.
Yeah, I think it'll happen after it's released, probably within the first 6 months of 2016. I would say, because that game did really well on consoles. And in fact, I would say its console sales are the only reason that they are going to be able to make XCOM 2.
Probably.
It's XCOM's Enemy Unknown is absolutely excellent, as all of us have agreed, except for maybe Nobshin. But we love that game. I love the expansion Enemy Unknown, or Enemy Within. That's what it is.
Ooh, that means that they're gonna be like chest burst daily.
Well, that was the expansion where you turn into a robot and psionic.
Did you want to talk about what the story is for XCOM 2?
Yeah, I was going to mention. So it's set 20 years after XCOM 1, Enemy Unknown, the reboot, and it is under the understanding that the enemy or the aliens won. So humans are now on the run, kind of like fighting back. The aliens have pretty much taken over the world. And it's all about fighting back, and that's kind of the basis for that. Speaking of bases, there probably going to be some hot base building action in this game. So that's kind of the premise, and they're moving from there. Aliens have gotten bigger, stronger, more badass. I'm really excited. I think all of us are. And hopefully we'll have computers strong enough to play it this November, this year.
Yeah,
I was not expecting that, man. Like, a lot of things I'm sure are still going to get delayed to next year.
They kept typelets on that.
Yeah, it's IGN unveiled it on Monday with IGN first. It was big. I was totally taken aback. Yeah, I this year is still looking pretty fucking good for video games. Are you still with me on that, Namshin? Witcher, Batman, Metal Gear Solid, XCOM.
Batman.
Fuck you. Witcher, Batman, Metal Gear Solid, XCOM. That's all I gotta say. And
That's like
Fallout
3
and Fallout 4. I'm still saying that's coming out this year, but we'll get there.
But that's like 3 games for this.
That's 5
entire year.
games. But like,
I'm saying for me personally. I'm sorry.
yeah. Okay. I just think that like as a market year, that's pretty cool. That's a pretty good year. And there could be other stuff like Below is still supposed to come out this year, and God damn it better. I don't know.
Come out the same day The Witness comes out.
Yeah. So never.
Jokes.
Jokes. In other news, Nintendo's NX is rumored to be an Android-based console platform.
So, yeah, you said console, but like
We still don't know if it's a console. We just know it's called the NX.
handheld
Yeah, like
could double as a phone.
True.
Like,
would they go with Android?
it would
though?
make. Do you think Apple would let Nintendo?
I think if Apple would let anybody do anything, it would be Nintendo.
That's true, but at the same time, do you think they like?
No, I don't think it'll happen. I think it should. I think that's like the kind of match made in heaven out there that I'd really like to see happen.
But like, yeah, but that's
E3
like,
prediction.
do you think?
I'm just kidding.
I mean, I could say throughout the E3 prediction that it'll be a phone.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we won't hear that at this year's E3. We would hear it at next year's. What do you think, Tony?
I mean, if it plays Zelda,
Yeah, right. If it's a Zelda playing platform, Nintendo comic came out and said there's no truth to these reports. But I don't know. It's interesting to think about. Because
Honestly, I think that would be the next smartest move.
Yeah,
Because
it's probably a new NX is probably a new handheld. A lot of people are saying it might be that handheld crossover console thing where you can plug into your TV and stuff. And if it could function as a phone as well, if like they're breaking into that market,
that'd be pretty sweet.
That would be really
and
competitive.
quite frankly, that would probably be my next phone. And
yeah, like it might even be mine. It's like that's a competitive and interesting idea.
Like being Nintendo, having the access to like the IPs they have, and they would probably immediately take a portion of that market.
Oh, totally.
Just because it would be the first Game Central phone to hit the market.
Yeah, and like,
well, like, I mean, like not quite, but like at the same time,
but like Sony's
they would be.
Yeah, I mean they a little behind the N gauge, Scott. Please, no, I'm just kidding. Sony, they had their Xperia phone that had the PlayStation app and stuff, or PlayStation stuff on it. They could flip up and you could play fucking PS1 games on it or whatever. And Microsoft obviously has the Windows Phone, but yeah, this would be big, bigger than those things, I would say, if it happens. Again, Nintendo says it's not going to, but we'll see. We'll see what they're not talking about the NX until next year. Very interesting. Any thoughts for you, Nobishin?
Just the fact that if it's an Android OS, that it'll probably get hacked to shit. So
True.
that's probably like the only thing I would be like, maybe they wouldn't want to do that because of the piracy issue. But like,
Yes.
but that's like the only holdback I could honestly see from it.
It's a big one, though. I mean, Nintendo's definitely conscientious of that. Speaking of Nintendo, they had a micro direct, is what they're calling it, where they announced some stuff. New Chibi Robo game coming to the 3DS.
Oh man, I want that.
Yeah, I know. Everyone's...
Are you being facetious?
I am.
Yeah.
I am.
Okay. Okay.
The thing about it is, I am, but at the same time, I'm not.
It's like a side-scrolling action platformer, too, weirdly enough. It's not even like the original Chibi Robo.
Oh, never mind. Never mind.
Yeah. Did anybody here play Chibi Robo? I wanted to.
I believe we rented it one time, and I played a good chunk of it then. But at the same time, it wasn't like a Redbox. It was like a Best Buy thing, and it was like a short rental.
Yeah.
It was one of those short rentals,
Yeah.
and like we rented two things at the same time. The other game was better.
I like
Pretty sure
Nobishin.
that other game was Kingdom Hearts.
Probably. It sounds a lot better. Nobishin, before the show started, you brought up, it's like, I like how Nintendo can make another fucking Chibi Robo game, but they can't make a Metroid game. And the thing is...
that in F-Zero, I'm sorry, like, I'm not against Chibi Robo. Like, that looks like an interesting game. I wouldn't mind playing it, but, like, I wouldn't think it would sell even half the many units as, like, as a Metroid or even an F-Zero. And,
Well, like at the same time,
Yeah.
leaving at Metroid, F-Zero is pretty much such a unique racing game with, I'm pretty sure, a decent following.
It's a cult
that-
following.
Right, but like a decent sized enough
Yeah.
that would sell. Like not even like an F-Zero game, but a game like it would sell.
Yeah. You're right, though, Nobishin's like, it's, Metroid or F-Zero would both sell better than this game.
you know what? I just cracked the code. I know why they're doing this.
Why?
They're going to put Chibi Robo in Smash Brothers. I'm calling it. E3 prediction.
You calling it E3 prediction? E3 prediction. Like
I-
Lucas comes
like-
out.
If I'm gonna say that they're not gonna put him in this Smash Brothers.
I
They
think
already
the
made an
Splatoon
amiibo of
characters-
them. I'm saying. I'm joking. That's not going to fucking happen. No.
No, you say that now, Nobishin, but you could be fucking onto some gold right now. Let's keep going down this rabbit hole. I would say, I was gonna say like Splatoon character would probably be the next Smash Brothers character, but that you could easily patch them in DLC assist trophies, and Chibi Robo is the next character, and let's light the internet on fire. No, you're right. The Chibi Robo is a side-scrolling action platformer, and yet they can't make another side-scrolling action platformer called fucking Metroid. Killing me over here, Nintendo. There's a new Dr. Mario game. It's called Miracle Cure. Who actually likes Dr. Mario?
I
I
like
never
the sound.
even-
I like the jingle. That's it.
I love the jingle. It's excellent. I don't like the game actively. I dislike Dr. Mario. I don't think it's fun. Maybe I'm the worst person. Tony, how much do you love Dr. Mario?
I don't.
The doctor is in the building.
I like him in Smash Bros.
But he's like the
He's
bad
got-
Mario
he's got
in
them
Smash
pills.
Bros.
Yeah, he's like, except he's got the good down B. Eh?
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't make up for everything else.
Yeah, you're right. Scott Bravely Second is coming to North America.
I'm excited.
There is a God. So, there you go. That's all they said. They were like, don't worry, Bravely Second is coming to the West. And then that was it. Yeah, here's a trailer. There's going to be characters from the first one in it. The end. That was
But it's
fucking
like,
silly.
it's not the Bravely Second I wanted.
You wanted the weird, crazy, alternate timeline Bravely Second?
Well, they could have done that one, But at the same time, it's like I wanted the offshoot that doesn't really have anything to do with the first Bravely Second. But at the same time, it kind of does.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
It's
what to
kind of
expect
this
from
one, but this one's more like a sequel. And like
I was actually
that story ended. It ended very well.
I while I was watching the trailer for this, I was like, I should give Bravely Default another shake. I'm like, oh, I lost all my DS games on a plane.
Whoops.
So never mind. Did you hear about that, Tony? That was one of the shows you missed?
I don't think so.
My Persona Q case.
Oh, I know that you lost your case.
It had all of my games in it, all of my solid
That's awkward.
physical games, except for A Link Between Worlds.
Huh.
No, I think I have that digitally.
What about Ocarina HD?
Yeah, HD.
Yeah.
On that, it was definitely high definition.
HD.
3D. Yeah, it was in there. It's gone. You got it back to me for nothing.
Damn.
You
I should have kept
You
it.
should have kept it so you could give it to me now. And
Next time I know not to give your shit back because you'll lose it.
Don't fucking say that.
Well, I mean,
You
like
keep
I
Watch
could
Dogs.
not.
No, you
I
can't keep
could.
Watch Dogs.
I could
If I
not
kept
give
it
you
now,
back
she just make me
Zillia.
sell it.
Like, and then you're gonna lose all your
Scott,
PS2
Zillia.
games, and then I'll be like, "Yo, here, not all of them, Zillia 2."
Don't say that, Scott. Bring Zillia 2 back. I'm not that irresponsible. Like, I never lose things. I lose one thing for the first time in like years, and it's all of my 3DS. Anyway, I keep getting emails saying like we're still looking, and I'm like, yeah, good. I've lost all hope, so I'm glad you're still looking. That was it for the Nintendo Micro Direct. There was some other stuff, but this was just kind of like their pre-E3 thing. Fallout 4 got announced.
Yep.
Happened on Wednesday. Full reveal is coming during the Bethesda press conference, obviously. But they showed a trailer set in Boston. Looks pretty, I guess.
I guess.
It looks all right. Like, I don't want to say it looks great after playing
As
The
long as I
Witcher.
can go
Are you one of those
parts
people?
in the game?
I'm not necessarily one of those people because I watched Patrick Klepek's video about it, and which you should check out. And he's like, regardless of the graphics, like it's the world that I care about. I'm like, yes. At the end of the day, like I don't really care that much what it looks like. But I have been a little spoiled on The Witcher.
Hello.
Yeah, I guess they just cut out.
Like,
Weird.
did I cut out?
You cut out.
Or
For
can
us.
you-
Keep
Oh,
going.
can you hear
keep
us
going.
now? My excitement for Fallout 4 is muted though because like as I'm playing through The Witcher, I'm like, man, I don't give a shit about any of the Bethesda characters. Like, there's not one across like Elder Scrolls 5 or Fallout 3 that I like really remember and care about. And I was like, I talked to my friend Damien over lunch, and I was like, we were talking about Fallout, and I was like, do you remember like anyone from Skyrim? He's like, yeah, the dragon. I'm like, exactly, the dragon. The dragon is the coolest character. That is who I remembered when I was thinking about like, oh, who do I like from fucking Skyrim? The dragon. The dragon. Of course, I remember the fucking dragon. Did you watch Dragonheart? Sean Connery is a very memorable character, but. I don't who do you care about in Fallout 3? Like, Tony, do you remember a character from Fallout 3? Like, anyone.
Your dad?
Your dad, right? Oh, great. You remember your father. Like, there's no Dijkstra. Dijkstra is an incredible fucking character. Play Witcher 3 and tell me Dijkstra sucks. I dare you.
She sucks.
It's a man, so.
She sucks.
or like, the fucking Yennefer or Triss or Vesemir or Lambert. Lambert's awesome. Lambert's like such a different Witcher character in that game. It's so like I'm just saying like, man, like Witcher has like all these good characters and stuff, but I didn't like it.
I think it's more because Bethesda games are more about the gameplay than the story.
They're more about the world, I think, is the thing. It's like their worlds tell stories, but like so does The Witcher. It's just like The Witcher has changed my perspective on open world games because I think it's the best one that I've played. And like that's not to take away, like I talked about on my Games of Generation thing 2 weeks ago. Like Fallout 3 was a super important game to me. It was like that game that really kind of kickstarted my interest in these kinds of open worlds. And like I really want another one, but my response was like when I saw this, I was like less excited than I thought I'd be. But they haven't shown it yet. We haven't seen the gameplay yet. We will see gameplay, at their press conference. I think so.
I don't know. Like not that I don't understand your opinion. It's just like I just find that weird. It's like I'd see them like almost as two totally different games. So like
They are, but it's just like what I'm taking away from The Witcher, I think, is so much more valuable than what I took away from Fallout.
sure.
And it's like characters that occupy the world as opposed to the world itself. And it's just like Persona 4, for example. Like when I tell people, you should play Persona 4, and they're like, well, what's the story? I'm like, well, the story doesn't really matter. Like what matters is talking and hanging out with the people and the characters. I like the story a lot, but like I can recognize which is more important of the two.
Okay. Okay.
And that's not a disservice to the Persona 4 story, which I think is weird and wacky and excellent. But like to me personally, character is always more important.
Sure. Okay.
So maybe that's better context.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited to see what Fallout 4 could be. Even if it's just a prettier, weirder Fallout 3, I'll probably still get a lot out of it.
Yeah, I'm happy for people who are excited for that game, but that's not my thing.
Mm-hmm. Scott, you said Fallout 4 would be the next Bethesda game you'd be interested in. Are you excited?
I did.
Yes, you did.
I'm pretty sure I said I wasn't going to be interested in Fallout 4.
Oh, you said you skipped Skyrim, and you said you might be ready for another Bethesda game.
No, I think I said I would probably skip Fallout 4 for the same reason I skipped Skyrim, I thought.
So you'd be ready for Elder...
I mean, like, I'd be ready for, I don't know, not a Bethesda game?
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean,
What about you,
I'm
Tony?
not opposed to getting
Oh.
Fallout 4, but at the same time,
Yeah.
it's like
You're not
did
actively
all
excited.
I did. It's the same thing with Oblivion. I did all I wanted to do. I did all I wanted to do in Skyrim and Oblivion. I know they're different games. I know they offer two totally different things. But
Yeah.
my point still stands.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Tony?
And like, I guess there's enough time because I didn't
God
actually.
damn it, Scott.
Hey, cut me
That's
off.
all right.
What?
That's my feelings. I'll play the game. Looks good.
You have these poignant pauses that I don't know which is the end of
Yeah,
your
right?
thought.
Fantastic pauses.
That's when Scott's getting more thoughts.
Yeah, he's gathering them.
Like
Is
breathing.
there anything else,
You gotta
Scott?
think and talk
Finish.
at the same time.
I
You totally
oh,
can.
I-
Like fucking Luigi in the Haunted Mansion.
your vacuum cleaner, your poltergust.
I'm ready for another one of those.
Yeah, another Luigi's. 2 isn't enough.
Haunted Mansion 6. Let's
Tony,
go.
Tony, you loved Fallout 3, right?
Yeah, it's a good game.
Which do you put more time into, Skyrim or Fallout 3?
I don't know. Probably about similar.
Okay, I see.
Those games all usually get about the same amount of time for me. So
So, the thing is, like, I could not have given less of a shit about Fallout New Vegas.
yeah, I have the game, but I've played like an hour and a half.
Yeah, even when I was getting into it, I played like 5 hours. I was like, oh god, I played this before. I played Fallout 3. I was
Yeah.
happy with Fallout 3. I don't want to play any more of it.
I think I'm ready for another Fallout.
Me too.
So
Especially like one.
some might say one number greater.
Yes.
I mean, hey, they had a lot of years to think of new things that they can do.
Yeah, it's been 4 years since
New
Skyrim
ways to
came
have
out.
giant mutated rats attack you.
Yeah.
It's weird with those games.
Well, hey, maybe it's a mutant rat gerbil. Huh?
Yeah, there you go. Splice,
Huh?
splice some more genes into it. Eh? Forget about it.
And then it's got a spit attack. Oops.
It's just disgusting. Nabishin, please continue.
I kind of just realized that like I never really even played like any like Bethesda made game. Like I never even played like any Elder Scrolls or Fallout games. I never even tried them honestly. Like they're interesting to look at. Like I always seen like Katie play Skyrim for like the last 4 years since she loves that game and she's super into Elder Scrolls. But like I I don't know. Like I've never been really interested to ever play them myself. There's something that's like as much as a world there is in there, it doesn't really feel all that alive. If that makes sense. When I look at it, it's just like there's something.
It doesn't feel that lived in.
Yeah.
Well,
There's a millions of stuff to do,
like,
but like there's not
lived in.
really anything in it at the same time. It's kind of a weird kind of feeling. At least that's how I feel about it.
No, I understand. Go ahead, Scott.
Like that's another thing that I have with them. Fallout 4 less so because it like in the setting that it's in, it feels right.
Yeah, Boston.
Fallout series, not 4.
Like the post-apocalypse.
Post-apocalypse because there's not supposed to be many people out and about.
Yeah.
Not supposed to be a lot of life in these places. However, you go to somewhere like Skyrim, you have all these big cities where there's supposed to be a lot of bustling people, and you'll have maybe 3 or 4 people around on the street.
Yeah, or like 5 people total that you can really talk to in a city.
Right.
Or town. Which is weird.
Town, it's up to 24 city, but at the same time it's like gigantic city. It feels like there should be just a little bit more, even if not much.
Yeah, there's like this really good scene with Ciri in Witcher 3 that where you're like walking through a town, kind of before it's besieged, and you just see people like walking around talking to each other. This is really cool. I was just a big fan of it. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about yet. No, I was a big fan of it. I don't know. Like Fallout, during the announcement, they're like, "Hey, it's set in Boston." For people who don't know, the Fallout kind of lore around Boston is there's the Commonwealth lives there, and they're like they have access to a lot of advanced technology that we've kind of not seen before in the Fallout games. Like they have these super realistic looking androids that are kind of slaves because they're not human, but they feel and look like humans. So there's kind of an underground railroad related to them. So hopefully stuff like that will be explored. And there's also the Institute, which is like where that technology is developed, which is kind of presumably the post-apocalyptic version of MIT. So a lot of cool stuff to explore there. But yeah, that's Fallout 4. In here. Muted excitement, it seems.
Yeah.
I think it looks okay though for what it is.
Yeah. I really just want to see more of it. Like I want to see like what they. My big question is like, what's your answer to VATS? Because you can't do that again.
Or just do it again because people just want more of that.
Yeah,
that's what it seems like. It looks exactly the same as far as that way.
People like VATS, but like I feel like you do that again, you made a big mistake, and I don't think Bethesda would do that.
But if you take that away when they got the new people into it, then
no, like I don't think you take it away. I think you change it.
okay.
Make VATS something new. Like again, like we're talking in a scenario where it's like it's kind of like it's up to them to really decide what's going to be the new thing that changes it. But
yeah, like, I don't have a good example for that person because like there's I have a couple examples like make it different, like parrying invisible attacks. Like that makes a lot of sense to us, but like Navich doesn't play those games.
Yeah. It just like make it more hands-on, and at least have the shooting mechanics, I think, solid enough that you can fall back on them. That's big too.
Sure.
But we'll see. Again, I expect they'll do a gameplay demo on the 14th. So, but I can tell you what you can really get excited about: fucking Uncharted HD Collection, HHD, high definition, Uncharted Drake's Fortune, Uncharted, the second one, whatever the subtitle is that in.
I mean, only if it
3.
comes packaged with the next one they're coming out with.
It doesn't, but it does come packaged with a multiplayer beta for Uncharted 4. Eh?
No.
Eh? No, nothing doing.
No.
Yeah, that got leaked. What, yesterday? So
That got announced yesterday.
I mean,
It
hey,
came yesterday.
it's a good way to build hype when nobody's really talking about it, I guess. But like
Yeah,
that's
I mean
about
they
it.
did like they pretty recently delayed Uncharted 4, and they're like, hey, that's coming out next year, and now we have this. So it all worked out.
I mean, it feels like such a burn, though.
I know, but it comes with a multiplayer beta. You know, it's the first 3 games for PS4. Comes
No
out
multiplayer
this.
for 2 or 3.
No multiplayer for 2 and 3. They're taking that out, presumably to kind of draw more attention to that beta and for
And
Uncharted 4.
who would play the multiplayer for
Yeah,
Uncharted?
and who
And this-
cares?
Yeah. I mean, I like Uncharted 2's multiplayer. I actually really, really got into that. But, you know,
I like 2 as
PS3
well. Yeah.
I would just get back to my PS3 version of that, honestly, if I really wanted to play it. But anything about Uncharted 3, so I was like really excited for that multiplayer because like I love 2 multiplayer so much. So I bought the season pass like way ahead of time, and then I never touched it once. Didn't even touch it once. I just bought the season pass with all the maps and everything like that, and I never touched that multiplayer, not even once.
Wasn't as good. So
Yeah.
remember when there were still online passes? You had to have one for Uncharted 3.
Yeah.
Weird time. Man, video games are fucking weird. Yeah, I guess like whatever. Who fucking cares about Uncharted Collection? I kind of want it. I just kind of want to play Uncharted 2 and 3 again. Like, you know, I want to give 3 another fair shake, but I really want to play 2 again. Don't know if I ever want to play Uncharted 1 again. So
Was Uncharted 1 that bad after playing 2 and 3?
no, it doesn't hold up at all. Is the thing. It's a totally fine game, especially for the time it came out with, but it just does not hold up.
Just like it
In which aspects? All of them?
The shooting and the cover mechanics and
Well, yeah, those were bad to
the
begin
check.
with.
Yeah, those were all rough, and especially the checkpoints were really rough. And God, it's because like the last time I played it, I was trying to finish it on the hardest difficulty because I'm 2 trophies away from the platinum, and I never did. So,
I did.
I got to that tanker and I gave up. So
Yeah, it's really hard. I'm crushing.
yeah, it's fucking the worst.
I lost my train of thought. There was
That's
something
fine.
I was going to say. Oh, how much did the Master Chief Collection cost when that came out? Do you remember? Was that-
$60.
Okay. I was making sure because like this is $60 as well. So did that come out at 40 and they're releasing this at 60? Because that's kind of crazy they did that. But 60.
I got it for $35.
Oh yeah.
So, and that was what 2 months ago. So reasonable, but yeah.
Are you
don't
gonna
know
finish
if
going
I'm
through that?
$60
Did you finish
for
going
this.
through that?
I did. I finished all the Halo games.
I don't believe you talked about it before.
So,
But-
I finished it. I don't know if I did either. I finished Halo 4 with Joe and Tyrone. The way I
You
started.
did it
Halo
while you were
3
gone. Week off. The week off.
That's right. Yes. Yeah. I did.
That's why we skipped it.
Yeah, that game's really good. Halo 4, I like a lot. It's weird. There's quick time events at the end, but like they don't appear on screen. You just have to know to do something. It's kind of stupid. And then some sad shit happens, and it's good.
I wonder if I might have time to play those Uncharted games. I'm just thinking that's coming out later this year, which is nothing. for
Yeah,
me
you're gonna
right
be
now.
you're gonna be knee deep in Metal Gear Solid. So
Metal Gear won't take that long. Metal Gear would be the whole month of September probably for me.
yeah, I mean, like I'm hoping that that's one that I can keep playing for a while. But we'll see. We'll see. That's it for news, though.
Is that?
That's it.
Yeah, we already talked about
That's
the
it.
Dark Souls 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about Dark Souls 3. So let's we've got a little audio we got to play here. We're gonna do some E3 predictions, but first we're gonna talk to my good friend of the show, Brant Rand.
Oh, just be upfront about it. It was pre-recorded.
It was pre-recorded. We Brant and I sat down on Tuesday and
Compared waffles to pancakes.
we compared waffles to the esteemed pancakes.
Uh-huh.
What are you even
we
going
sat
to
down-
contrast them? Huh?
I know. I need to write an essay where I compare and contrast them. We sat down for 30 minutes to talk about what he thinks is going to happen at E3. We had a good time doing it. Consider this your like preview of waffles versus pancakes if you've never listened to it. It's just me and Brant talking about shit. So I'll throw it to myself. So here's to you, Alex,
And welcome back.
and welcome back. As Tony said, we are now. I hope you like that, especially that part where he said.
Man, the people watching right now, it's great shit.
Yeah, where Brant said a bunch of crazy shit. That whole Nintendo thing he said was weird. But
Yeah, super weird.
we've got E3 predictions. That's right. The four of us are going to go through what we think is going to happen in 2 weeks from like a week and a half from now. We're doing this a week early because this episode is going to come out on Tuesday, and that'll be a week from E3, so it'll make sense. So let's talk about what we think is going to happen at E3. How about we kick it off with an email? How's that sound?
Okay.
Maybe if you all of your ideas have run dry, like some of us have expressed thoughts of, these will give you some ideas. So we got an email from Crave Snow, which is an awesome name. I hope it's a real name.
I crave it.
Well, I mean, Crave is the
He
name
says
of
Kinda Funny
cereal.
Live.
It's Snow flavor.
Yeah, it's Snow flavor. I met you Kind of Funny live. It was a pleasure meeting you, even if I don't necessarily remember it. I haven't gotten around to listening to your podcast yet, but I will start with E3 predictions one. I haven't seen too many people predict this one, but I think Watch Dogs 2 will be announced by Aisha Tyler / Ubisoft. She will be there, of course.
Man, Watch Dogs
Love
2.
it.
Loves it.
Watch
The driving will not be shit.
I have not investigated the Assassin's Creed timeline, but I think after the first one, they took a year or two off before going annual. I think the annual format with Assassin's Creed will stop in the next year or two, and Watch Dogs will replace it. I stopped playing Assassin's Creed after I couldn't get through the third one, and I never started Watch Dogs because I feared it would be annualized. What do you think? That's a good fucking prediction.
It's a good prediction, but at the same time, Watch Dogs did not do nearly as well as they wanted it to.
No, Watch Dogs did super well. It was the best-selling new IP, intellectual property in video games ever until Destiny came out.
It wasn't
Man, Destiny
received
was a
as
great
well
game,
as they wanted it to.
It wasn't received as well, but
So,
because it
like-
sold so well, I think they could justify making a sequel.
They could justify it, or they could be smarter than that.
But come on.
Profit deal.
Video game businessman comes out here is like, let's not... I say this Watch Dogs game sold pretty well. Yeah, but everybody hated it. Well, we're doing it anyway.
Yeah.
All
So
right,
I
they
like
could
this
make
idea.
another one and get burned.
They could
I'm
could
pretty sure
totally
it's
do
like-
that.
Call of Duty went annualized, but they sold well every year because the Call of Duty's a good game.
Yeah, it's a totally good, fine game.
Yep.
And
The
it
thing
always
about
is,
it is,
even
Watch Dogs wasn't. like you could just,
like the thing is, it wasn't a
Everybody
very
knows
good
that.
game. Assassin's Creed 3 wasn't very good. Wasn't well received, or wasn't as well received. But 4 still sold really well.
but 4 was a good game.
But 4
And
was a good game.
One had a very interesting story that people wanted to see an end to.
Yeah. And 2 was a good
Gameplay.
game, and
Gameplay, it was very good when you started it out. Then
It had
it
issues,
wore
yeah.
off real quick. And then 2 I'm pretty sure was like everybody's favorite for the longest time. But then 4 was like a fantastic kind of game.
so like Scott, are you saying after Unity, which came out last year, Assassin's Creed Syndicate this year isn't going to sell that well?
I'm pretty sure unless they have some sort of unless they have some very good reassurance that it's just not going to.
Okay, fair enough.
Because didn't they get burned with 2 games? Didn't these people get burned twice in a row?
Rogue came out at the same time. People liked that game, and nobody played it because it was last gen. And then Unity came out, and that was bad. But those are the only time they got burned twice in a row.
Mm-hmm. The
Or
thing
burned.
about it is, Assassin's Creed had a room for failure after 1 and 2 were good.
Yeah, I guess. I guess so. Starting off on the wrong foot is what's going to kill Watch Dogs.
Yep.
I
That's what I think.
I totally understand. I think there will be a Watch Dogs 2. I don't think it'll sell that well. I agree with you there, Scott. But I could totally see them saying, like, hey, Watch Dogs 2 next fall.
Yeah, I don't see there being a lot of people that are like, oh man, Watch Dogs.
Yeah.
Let's play more.
I don't see anyone saying that. That's a good prediction. Thank you, Craves. That's such a cool name. I hope that's your real name. Email in and let us know if that's your real name.
I mean, at the same time, they could make it good.
They could. They could. They could make Watch Dogs an interesting game again. All right, so let's go around the table. I'll kick things off. Do some E3 predictions.
Okay.
E3.
We should get
Did
some.
the Reapers just come?
Yeah.
No, he farted into the mic.
I farted. This was my
Yeah.
big ol' ass. Nintendo. Club Nintendo's gone. They are going to announce their solution to that. I think it's going to be a $50 a year situation that gets you some kind of access. And I'm taking this idea a little bit from Brant. He had a really good idea with this. But like, I'm not necessarily saying it's going to be free games, but I think you're going to get access to like some kind of virtual console cross-platform.
Oh, I thought you were going with like some loot crate situation or something like that.
Oh, where they send you cool stuff every month? That'd be cool.
I mean, I don't know. That's what I thought you were talking about.
That'd be cool. No, I'm saying like your Nintendo ID cross 3DS and Wii U will have like you'll have access to virtual console games via that. On either platform, whichever you prefer. E3 prediction, laying it down. They're going to announce that at E3 during their Nintendo Direct, or what I was going to say was going to be different. So, Tony,
Hey.
E3 prediction, lay it on me.
Fallout will be announced.
Okay, I think. Have you heard that Fallout 4 was announced?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, at E3, right?
No, it's not happened yet.
That was my biggest thing.
Were like your three predictions like Dark Souls 3, Fallout 4, and
XCOM 2.
XCOM 2?
Yes. I thought I was like hitting a gold mine with XCOM. I was like, fuck, man.
But like, here's the
That is
thing.
one-
The thing is that you were. But
You
then they
were!
got leaked.
Right?
But
Right?
then they got leaked.
Well, like XCOM, they're just like, no, we're just gonna announce it. Just get out ahead of it. Like, I don't want it to leak. All right, Nabishin, hit me with a prediction. Something crazy.
I gotta be crazy.
No, it can be normal.
It could be a normal.
We can save the balls of the wall predictions for the end.
So I feel like with Persona 5 possibly coming this year, but maybe not. Probably not.
Man, the Atlas press conference.
I feel like Sony needs to make that a bigger deal or they should make that a bigger deal than they should. I think that they want to give that game attention because like it gets a lot of buzz, but like like not many people know about it. Like a lot of people hear about Persona, but like no one really knows about it. So I feel like kind of like the same way that they kind of gave Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy 15 some attention like 2 years ago when they were coming to PS4. I think they might just do something with Persona 4 or Persona 5 on the screen. This is something. I feel there's something on the screen.
I like that. I hope so. I hope you're right. Scott.
All right, so because I was kind of on the same boat as Tony, of course.
Of course.
I only have one other prediction.
Okay.
We went ahead and saw the Hyrule Warriors get put out this year, and that was received kind of well.
Last year.
I thought. Last year.
Yeah.
Right. Same.
Yeah.
Anyways, so
Yeah, same
and
thing.
they went ahead and recognized that it did kind of well, and they went ahead and they stated that they weren't opposed to having IPs lent out to other companies.
Yeah,
I
true.
think that at their direct or whatever they're going to do for E3, they're going-
Mario Dynasty Warriors.
not Mario Dynasty Warriors, but I think that the two big ones that we haven't seen in a while, either Metroid or F-Zero, is going to be lent out to another team.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that's how we're going to see them reappear.
Dude, imagine like
It's kind of out there, but at the same time, if they're going to reappear, I think that's how they're going to do it at this point.
Imagine like Sweary's team making like an F-Zero game, like or whatever. Like just the
No, his
driving
driving
would be so
sucks.
his driving sucks. But imagine like some weird team making an F-Zero game. That'd be so fucking cool.
Wipeout team.
Or like the fucking Need for Speed team. I mean, that would never happen because EA owns them. But like the stupid story in like the Need for Speed games from forever ago, like
With pretty much space racing from F-Zero.
But yeah, like imagine that with Captain Falcon and Samurai Goro. Like, what are you fucking saying? That'd be so good. Samurai Goro just like fucking like holding up a picture of his daughter, and you're like, oh man, shit's gotten real, Samurai Goro. I like that. I like the Nintendo lending out those two unseen properties. All right, so we got another email. I'll go through this quick, and then we can focus on our stuff. Real break. This guy, Carson Jones, sent this email. Didn't even preface it. There's no hello or goodbye. He just fucking dove right into it. 1, release date announced for Quantum Break, spring 2016. I like it. 2, PlayStation announces first-party AAA game for Vita. Twist. That's not going to happen, but I like it. 3, Last Guardian gets a release window, fall 2016.
No.
Really,
that
really
is somebody's prediction every year. And the answer
every
is no.
year. Somebody will have
At
it.
this point, it's a valid prediction that I can say,
because
hey,
it's that
Last
fucking crazy.
Guardian is going to be forgotten about again. All right, that's another
there
one
you
of
go.
my predictions.
Fucking Scott, setting in stone. Listen now, motherfuckers. No Last Guardian.
But Star Citizen.
4, Final Fantasy 15 gets a spring 2016 window. I feel like Square Enix doesn't put that in spring.
I have one more. If I'm
Okay.
allowed to interject one more time.
Sure.
What's it called? No Man's Sky
Yeah.
release date.
Oh shit, that'd be big. Who announces it? Sony.
Yep.
Yeah.
That'd be
Sounds like
that would be Sony. He says 5, Fallout 4 release date this October. I agree. That is one of my predictions. Fallout is this year. Probably November, not October, but this year. 6, Xbox announces new IP. Pretty vague, sorry. He has that in parentheses at the end. Not pretty vague, sorry is not the name of the new IP.
It's a pretty cool IP.
7, Xbox One prices permanently cut to $350 with no Connect. I'm pretty sure that's already happened. But that's 6 good predictions. I like that. Thank you, Carson. Let's keep going around the table. Nobishin.
Oh, I think Activision is probably going to follow the money and probably be on Sony stage this
Where's the
year.
money go?
Oh shit! Seriously, with Destiny?
Oh, Call of Duty.
Oh,
I feel
with Call of Duty.
I feel like this is just. It feels like this E3 more than any is going to be like a reverse of what we see of Sony and Microsoft, like we see for the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 3.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like when Sony's going to come on stage, it's going to be mostly about like we got exclusive content for all these third-party games and just like like we'll have a dual Call of Duty and they'll be having our exclusive game to come out first. It feels like there's a lot of that, and Xbox will be the one that actually shows new IP that'll actually come out sometime soon. So I don't know. That's what I feel. It just seems.
Nah, man, you just feel that the tides are completely turned.
It doesn't seem
You're
like the
right.
road.
You're right that the Activision will try and follow the money, and especially this is a good thing. So because now, especially if they appear, there won't be something like the book, whatever thing did that even ever come out?
A Wonder Book?
The Wonder Book.
Yeah, that
Oh
came
yeah,
out.
Wonder Book. Forgot about Wonder Book.
I've never
Nah.
seen it.
We're just gonna get a 45-minute presentation on Power Season 2.
Who's gonna do that this year? Who's gonna be the thing that's like everyone has to groan about?
It's Microsoft. It's gotta be. They've had 2 hot E3 press conferences in a row, and they're gonna fuck it up this year. I know they are.
I think
With
they
something from their
year.
TV side. They're going to try and unveil a new TV thing that's
No.
super obscure.
Microsoft is done with TV. They dropped that in the fucking sand. Like
Thank God for that.
for sure. I don't know. You're right, Nabishin. It's gonna happen. Somebody's gonna do it.
Are you sure? Are you sure that they didn't get cable companies on board with it?
If
And
they got a company on board with it, that would actually be a genuine announcement, though. That'd be cool.
right, but like at E3, who's gonna care?
No one, obviously, but it
Couple people,
maybe
but like not the majority of
you've,
people.
Yeah, you've got a point though, Scott. If they had like a cable company related announcement, like you can subscribe to Verizon through our Xbox One, and we'll give you internet TV. Like if that shit
And
happened,
then they'll go ahead and they'll preview a lot of shows that not a lot of people care about.
yeah, like fucking Once Upon a Time. I
Yeah.
care. I care somewhere.
Do you?
You got
I watched
Cobra
Once
the
Upon a
villain
Time.
there.
Yeah, I'm super behind, but me and Justin will text each other about it. Whatever.
I've seen the first 2 seasons.
It's all right.
It's alright.
The first season's the best season, though. Like,
And everything else after that.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Navashin. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just feel it's like cause it's hard to say what I just said too because like Sony has their indie push, so like they're still gonna have that as far as like being front and center, showing that they have different things. But like as far as like I guess in the AAA space, I don't think they'll have anything for themselves that's really like out there or stuff that people will really care about. I think like whatever Microsoft announced as far as like a new IP, people will have be more genuinely excited for that than whatever Sony shows for a new IP.
Yeah, I mean, like,
their studios.
no, you're right because, like, imagine like when Sunset Overdrive was announced, I was really excited about it. Like, just the way Microsoft presented it was a lot more attractive, and I got the game and I liked it. I loved it for a period of time that I wish had lasted longer, but that was a really exciting announcement, and the announcement was comparable to the game that I got at the end of it. So I agree. Like, yeah, it's a valid. I think No Man's Sky was a really good prediction. That was you, Scott.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I think I think there's gonna be EA at EA and Ubisoft at Microsoft's press conference this year. That was the case last year. Kind of like that migration happened, and I think Activision at Sony is possible, but I just like not about Call of Duty.
Hopefully, it's not about Call of Duty.
I think I
think it is. I think it's just going to be like pretty much what you saw at Microsoft like a few years ago is what's going to be at Sony as far as like we're
I
going to
know,
also
but, like,
Call of
fucking
Duty.
crazy.
Their Call of Duty presentations are like so boring.
I know they are now, especially because like when you first saw it, you're like, "Oh, this is cool." It's like apart from the campaign, it's like, "Oh, this actually," and then it's like, "Oh, this is just fucking Call of Duty again." It's just like you're like, "I'd rather just play this," I'd rather just experience this, if anything. Now it's just boring. Yeah, you're right, Scott. But that's crazy. That'd be nuts and awesome. I'd love to see that happen. Fucking shots fired. I think we get new Mass Effect at Microsoft. It's got to happen, right?
EA.
No, not at EA. Microsoft would snap that baby up after that Mass Effect trilogy. The big question obviously is Nintendo. I think I'll say this. I think I said this last year. New Metroid game has to be announced. If it's not announced this year, I give up hope. That's it. Game over. If there's no new Metroid announced at E3 this year, then there will never be a Metroid game ever again.
Like I'm telling you, if they're going to announce it, I'm pretty sure they're going to do another third-party trust thing.
As long as it's not fucking
Because-
Ninja Theory. Like,
Yeah,
come on, guys. It's Iron Galaxy, Metroid fighting game. Weirdly enough, you can only jump and kick though. It's super weird.
It would actually it would be rolling and kicking for Metroid.
Yeah, more
it would be
balling than punching.
rolling, kicking, and then later you could upgrade
Now it's getting
the
too
kick
complicated.
shots.
The kick shots.
Yes, your
Yeah,
kicks
but
now
that-
also shoot projectiles. There's no extra button for it. It's just like Link's power-up beam.
Yeah, when you have full health. Nobishin?
The Square Enix actually has a conference. I feel this is the year that they'll actually announce the World Ends With You sequel.
Mm-hmm. Do you think it's console or like Vita 3DS?
It might even be mobile now. Like I don't know. I would hate it to be mobile, but like it might be. But I just feel like this.
I'd like it to be 3DS.
I would like that too. I would love that.
I'd like to be Vita, if anything, honestly, but I know that's not going to happen.
Either or, but I'm just saying.
I mean, you'd have to be dealing with. You'd have to be. They're still. They might not split the screen, but you're going to have to be dealing with front touch screen, back touch screen, and the buttons.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to be like. You're gonna be everywhere anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel that it's going to get announced, and because Kingdom Hearts has to come out every year, probably 3D HD.
For downloadable for PS3 and 360 or for PS4, Xbox One.
Well, they might maybe bring that to PS4. Something Kingdom Hearts related, because they already announced the mobile game for Japan. Kingdom Hearts Key. There's something Kingdom Hearts related. That's not 3. That's going to be announced. Maybe Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep Volume 2. No, not that, but something.
Yeah, I think Final Fantasy 15 definitely gets that release window for next year in North America. And
I mean, hey, maybe the Kingdom Hearts a year thing was an accident and not quite planned.
I think it was
maybe.
Planned. Maybe you're right, Scott.
It's been like this since 2009, I think.
I don't know. I think Final Fantasy 15 gets announced. I mean, they probably. I hope they give a date or window for Bravely Second. That'll probably be February next year, I'd guess. And what's the other Square Enix game? They'll show something Kingdom Hearts though. Like Kingdom Hearts 3. They'll show something. Oh yeah, and Dragon Quest Heroes. That'll probably get a date. That's coming to North America this year, apparently. So.
Chrono Trigger.
No. Come on. What are you talking about?
Secret of Mana.
Yeah, if they announce like the HD remake of Secret of Mana before they announce the HD remake of Final Fantasy VII, I don't know if I'd be happy, angry, or some weird combination of both. Probably the latter.
Actually, the last Secret of Mana wasn't all that long ago, I believe.
Oh, Tree of Mana or whatever for the DS.
Yeah.
That was like such. It was a cooperative focused game, and it wasn't very good. I wish I liked it more. Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles reboot for Wii U exclusive. Plays the gamepad. Play as the gamepad.
You're just the gamepad with feet walking around in that world.
Feet walking with a sword and shield.
It seems like a bad idea.
No. You are the shield, and then they've got some other kind of. They have a nunchuck walking right next to you, and that acts as the sword.
Wow.
I'm saying that Microsoft has the best E3 press conference again.
Yep.
I know I said they were going to glove it up, but no, I nailed it again. Sony will be not too far behind. Nintendo will disappoint in several new ways this year, probably by focusing too much time on Amiibo.
Or
Guys, check out these sweet amiibos that you'll never get.
And EA and Ubisoft, EA will be boring and they won't show anything, but Ubisoft will have Aisha Tyler, so it'll have some merit to it.
some credibility.
Some credibility.
I feel like Sony's gonna have like the stuff I'm more interested in, but like I feel like Microsoft is still gonna have the better overall conference.
Microsoft just like presents it really well. I think is a big part about it.
There's something about Sony conferences that just drag of just a little bit too long.
You know, and like if Sony takes out the power sin from last year, they would have nailed it, right? They would have been totally up there with Microsoft.
Mm-hmm.
But like I just feel like you're right. They're gonna misstep here or there. They're getting so much better compared to like 5 years ago, though. It's like night and day. Honestly,
I'm trying to think what's the thing that's just going to be like the powers, the Wonder Book, the fucking Connect of this year, and like is it going to be? Morpheus?
I know what it is. It's going to be Morpheus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sony's going to come out with Morpheus. They're going to show some dude with a headset on, walking around, fumbling.
Yeah, because like we can't see what you're doing, so it doesn't have the effect.
But that comes out within the first 6 months of next year, so they have to talk about it.
Yeah. How long with Morpheus?
How long?
How long with Morpheus?
10 minutes tops.
I say 15.
30.
It'll feel like 15.
I'll go for 20.
They'll go
$1, Bob.
They'll go the full Magic Book of Disaster all over again and put 30 minutes into it.
Oh my god, that fucking little Harry Potter segment. They were like, man, I was watching it. I was like, I'm simultaneously really excited about this, but good God, could I not care about this child playing this goddamn game? Expecto Patronum. Get the fuck out. I think Microsoft's gonna kill it. I think this is the year we finally learn about Beyond Good and Evil 2. I think I've said that like every other year for the past 3 years.
And I'm gonna go ahead and counter it with, guess what's not gonna be there?
Beyond Good and Evil 2. And no Last Guardian. For sure, no Last Guardian. Now, my crazy prediction, I guess I was thinking like Sony dropping the price of the PS4, but that's not that crazy.
That's not crazy at all.
Brant had a nice crazy one. Brant was like talking about how like some kind of trade-in program where you could send in your Xbox One controller and get the new one for free or for like a discounted price.
But only if it's the day one.
Yeah. If that ends up being it, if that happens and it's only the day one, I'm gonna be so fucking pissed. That new Xbox controller is probably announced. I don't know. That might be all I got. Now, Shin, what about you? Do you have a crazy out there one?
Not really.
Zelda release date?
No, they're not going to talk about Zelda.
They're not going to talk about Zelda.
That's why it's crazy.
That's why it's crazy.
Just at the end, it's like, by the way, Zelda here.
You know, Nintendo would do something like that, though. Like they'd be like,
they would be like,
and then
by the way, Star Fox came out at the start of the Direct. Nintendo's coming out in 15 minutes after it ends.
Nintendo's coming out?
No, sorry, Zelda's coming out 15 minutes after it ends. You made good on our word.
I would say Nintendo announces another 3DS Zelda.
Well, I mean, I think it's a given that they're going to show off Star Fox.
No Mario Galaxy type of game?
I don't know. I think so. I think they'll announce what that studio EAD. I think is that Nintendo EAD. I think they'll announce what Mario game they're working on.
Nintendo eat a dick.
Yeah, eat a dick. That's
anything for Bethesda besides probably Dishonored 2.
Dishonored 2 for sure. I think that's like absolute guarantee. They'll spend a lot of time on Doom. I think they'll actually spend. It'll be equal time between Doom and Fallout 4. Fallout 4 comes out this year. I said that already. I vehemently believe that. And I have for a long time. I'm not jumping on the Colin Moriarty bandwagon. Stop accusing me of that.
Who's accusing you of that?
It's people on Twitter, man. It's just like, lay off my back. Yeah, I guess the Fallout, Dishonored, Doom. Hopefully they don't spend too much time on Elder Scrolls Online for consoles. And that's it, man. That's all I can think of. Maybe another Wolfenstein related thing, but that might be too early on that.
That's way too early. The old blood just came out. I think Microsoft announced some kind of Japanese exclusives, kind of like they did when they did with the 360 back in the day.
Tales of Vesperia too.
Maybe. No, I'm just saying because like I think they need some JRPGs on that system. They don't have literally any right now on the Xbox One. And
good get would be Ni no Kuni. Like I think there will be a sequel.
Wrath of the Black Witch.
Yeah, Wrath of the Black Witch. There will be a Ni no Kuni sequel. I think that could be a good get if you're looking for JRPGs to show up on an Xbox system.
But it makes you wonder if that's even worth it nowadays for Japanese developers. Like it's
not.
Yeah.
So that's the big thing. It's just like.
But hell, I mean, they get paid. If you pay off for Tomb Raider, you get paid off for Street Fighter, and like if you pay for the development of some sequel that you actually want on that system, like what's a Japanese game that could come out on Xbox One that you would flip your shit that is coming out for?
That I'd flip my shit? I mean, it'd be Final Fantasy, but that already happened, and that is happening. So
like an exclusive that won't be coming out for PlayStation.
Lost Odyssey 2 now.
Maybe
Lost Planet. How about that?
After 3,
that's a Capcom
that series
game.
Is dead. That series is so fucking dead.
I mean, we can only hope, Nabishin. But I don't know. That would be like a Japanese game. It would fit on Xbox. It wouldn't blow my mind, but you know, it would make sense there. I don't know. Do you have any balls to the wall stuff, or is that?
I don't really have anything. I can't really think of anything. Like, I'm just thinking about all the press conferences. Like what's this 3-hour PC gaming fucking thing gonna be?
Dude, who fucking cares?
I mean, like, still though, like it's a conference, and I'm curious. Like, Phil Spencer's
Yeah, like I
gonna
want
be
to
there.
watch it, but like I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know what's gonna be there. I mean, XCOM
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah, maybe probably XCOM.
But
Probably
like,
why
but like,
it's announced. But like, was Valve gonna be like? Do we know that? Do we know that Valve's not gonna be there?
I mean, Valve's always there in some capacity, but like I don't know what they would announce there. Like
Just show off that Steam controller for the 15th fucking time.
they announced like they. I guess I don't know if it happened this week or whatever, but the final Steam machines are going on sale this year. Yeah, there's an Alienware one and another one, but I don't.
For $10,000.
For $450 and $500.
Okay,
The
that's
prices.
good.
Yeah, that's totally reasonable, but they're probably not that powerful PCs is the issue, and it's just I don't know. We did get a voicemail from our good friend Silver PR, and I believe he has some E3 predictions in here. So let's play this voicemail, if it'll work.
What's up, guys? Silver PR here. It's been a while. Calling from the road with my phone.
Oh,
Just got out now from a mall, of a GameStop, from a mall. Pre-ordering Batman Arkham Knight, because, you know, I was thinking, you know, with all the budgeting that I have to do with the baby and whatnot, and since my girlfriend and my son are going to fly over to New York in the day after Father's Day, that will be the 22nd, and the 23rd, Batman comes, and I will have 3 weeks off from daddy duty and all that shit.
oh wow.
Although, kind of sad because I'm not going to see my kid grow past the 5th month. But, hey, it's all good. I mean, his grandma
I don't
wants to
think much
see
will
him.
change.
I
so.
cannot take time off
Come
from
back
work
and the kids
because
just
I
like
already
hit
took it
puberty.
He's an adult.
on labor. So,
Shit.
but, yeah, everything's good. I hope you guys are doing all well.
Yeah.
Only game that I can talk about is Project Cause that I've been playing a shit ton all month long since it came out. It was my birthday present for my girl, and I think I've done like 50-hour plus of that game. Shit unhealthy amount for our dad, but it's great. I mean, if you're waiting for Forza 6 or Gran Turismo for the PS4, I think this is a great appetizer. It's a great simulator. It's a must-buy if you're still waiting for those games. It's great. You cannot be disappointed. And I would not go into details about the whole stuff, all the things I have, because it will be a while. But, yeah. And that's pretty much about me. I have no opinions about anything. Although, I don't know if you guys are doing E3 predictions in this show, this episode, or the next. But perhaps I'll give you my predictions next week.
God damn it.
When I have some time to record. So, yeah. I have to go, I have to drive, I have to get back home to my son and my wife, well, fiance, whatever. Oh, I'm so tired from work. Anyway, guys, have a fun one. Oh, and I love you guys.
Oh.
Never forget about you guys. Bye-bye.
Except me.
We love you too.
So PR never says hi to me.
That's because you were never on the show when he would send in voicemails.
I know. He's
Like he
That's what it
doesn't
is.
call us out by name.
Yeah, like he used to, but he doesn't. He didn't there. We love you too, Silver VR. Thank you for calling. Project Cars is pretty hot. Apparently, it's one of the best console.
According to
it's the best-
Scarpino, no one plays this game.
Yeah, I mean, according to Daniel
Did you
Dwyer, it's
see
the
that
best.
shit?
It's fucking yeah. Of course, I saw that shit. I'll tell you about Nick Scarpino.
He's so
I got a great picture of me and him. I'll tell you. I'll send it to you at some point. I guess that's it for E3 predictions.
Any trailers or anything that you're?
I
definitely will think there will be a Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer.
Yeah. I think they'll show Kingdom Hearts 3. They'll show like what it looks like now. And they'll be like still in development or like whatever they're gonna attach to that. Like we're not gonna get a release window. I think if it does come out, it comes out late next year or the year after that. More likely 2017, because that's 15 years since the first one came out. It just makes sense. And I think Final Fantasy 15 comes out next year. That way they don't get in the way of each other. But yeah, I don't know. Like I have a feeling, like a good feeling, that this E3 is going to be really crazy and there's going to be a lot of cool announcements. But it's hard to know what those are going to be.
Oh, Mr. Alex O'Neill, E3's become so irrelevant now.
It's growing more and more irrelevant, but that the press conferences,
like everybody's trying to get into it, do their own press conferences, and like they're making invitations for it. Like they're letting people come in there, like letting regular people come in there. That's what I'm trying to say.
They're
more than
trying
just the
to-
press. So it's
trying to take back the stage over PAX.
yeah, they're trying to get.
You're right.
Kind of. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, like, no, you're right. It's getting desperate. Like, the show itself is becoming more and more irrelevant. But, like, the thing is, like, the press conference, you don't need an excuse to have a press conference anymore. It's the big thing. It's like Nintendo just does it whenever the fuck they want pretty much now. And to, I guess, less success, but they, like, the press conferences are like, that's it, you know? That's like the thing. The press conferences will always be big, as long as they still happen every year, but that's it.
I wonder if there's still any like updates for like systems, like still like
remodels.
Change our
major
names
updates
on PSN.
I don't know.
That'd be nice.
Microsoft is going to have like their Xbox One dashboard update. That's going to be pretty major this year. So, but that's all I can think of.
What could it possibly be?
Yeah,
though?
it's Blades. That's what it is.
Like what
I
could
don't
it
know.
possibly? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like it's hard to know those things or predict those things, at least for me, because I'm not as creative as designers and game developers. We'll ask John Anderson. He works at Microsoft, so get him on the show. I think that's it for E3 predictions. We're gonna actually take a quick break, and when we come back, we're gonna close out the show and do our closing segment. So we will be back in just a little bit, guys.
Yeah.
I have to pee. I'll be right back.
So I finished that Adventure Time episode.
Don't tell me. I'll watch it
No,
as
no,
soon
I'm
as we're
not
done.
gonna- no, like that's the thing I was going to tell you. It's like, yes, you need to watch it.
Okay, I'll do it right after this.
It was like,
Can't wait.
I thought it was really good.
This is season finale, right?
The season finale, I thought it was really good.
Okay. Ooh, man.
Like- I can't tell you why I thought it was really good either. Because like you told me what you thought about the previous episodes, and like,
No, I'm saying it. Like I'm saying, like, is this getting really insane? And like, I know everything is gonna come back to something. So this is, I'm really excited, but I'm really like, not really scared. But I'm just like overwhelmed by like all the stuff that's gonna happen, and that's what it really is.
It's good. I'm glad everybody brought E3 predictions.
I didn't bring them. I made them up on the spot.
Hey, you did good though. I mean, I just had stuff like bounced around in my head that I was thinking about, so it's not like I had them written down or something.
Although, if I knew we were going a second round, I wouldn't have. I would have made the what's it called? No Man's Sky prediction after instead of cutting you off.
No, that's fine. It was a good prediction. I really like it. I agree with it implicitly. What were you gonna say now?
Do you hope for it?
I hope for it, yes. Although I don't know if I can fill all that game in this year.
Well, like, if you get it when it comes out, you'll probably get to meet Jay because he's
Who's
gonna
Jay?
play it with me. The guy that we play with.
Apparently, it's difficult to to multiplayer in that game. Like with people you know. It's more like Journey, where you just kind of show up with people you don't know. But we'll see. Like, you know,
We'll find a way. We always do.
yeah, we did with Demon Souls. Heaven fucking forbid, we'll find a way.
Oh no, that's easy.
Yeah,
Try
I mean,
something. Have you tried doing anything like DayZ multiplayer?
No,
Which
I've never
work
played
goes
DayZ.
into that? So basically,
Don't move the camera. What are you doing?
all right. So
Alright, just,
basically,
like, hold it.
in DayZ,
Look at my Tom Berry, my cacti.
I'm just gonna keep going. You start out at the most south side of the map. This map, if you're on one side or the other, this map is around. It takes probably an hour to get from one side of the map to the other, just on the south side. All right, so it takes 30 minutes for you guys to meet up, and then you have to deal with people who want to kill you. Because, like, during the starting zones,
Yeah.
everybody's like, I don't have anything. Let's try and kill everybody that we can see to get stuff. Or the people who coming back from endgame stuff just going around murdering people. So, like, super dangerous.
Weird.
So, if you're trying to just go across that south
Tony-
side, you're pretty much
Tony,
just dead.
what?
Tony and Greg have told me the stories of Daisy,
Right.
the mythology.
So it's like,
I have
if it's
played
anything,
an hour.
like that, they said you're
yes.
working on the outside going towards the center.
Mm-hmm.
That might change. However, we will find a spot or a way. We'll find a way to use one of the gates so that we'll end up together, almost guaranteed. It's so long as nobody does anything stupid, Alex.
What?
One time.
No, we always blame. Okay, I'm pulling in together that stuff. Somebody always does something stupid. Sometimes
Of
it's
course.
someone different every other time, but we before it happens, we blame somebody, and then everybody's on board. And then we attack that person for a little bit.
Absolutely.
There's, because there's nobody else here. Yeah. So yeah, it'll happen.
Yeah, we'll make it work. Oh, shit, are you still here?
Yeah.
Okay. I
I was
didn't.
like, I didn't
You were
even leave.
you were saying something.
Yeah, Scott had to finish his point, and I let him finish.
Okay. What were we gonna say?
I was going to say something stupid. Like, do you also feel that, like, all the Witcher's clothing are stupid except the very first one that you had?
I thought that when I saw how Alex was wearing.
No, I mean some of it is really dumb. I got some other Witcher school gear though that's fucking badass.
It's I can't find fucking anything else. Everything looks stupid on him except the very first one. Like, for me personally, I just don't like the way any of his clothes.
Some of it looks silly. Some of it looks okay. Tony thought the thing I was wearing looks silly. I'm wearing the cat school, enhanced cat school wing gear.
Like, everything he wears makes him look like he has like a beer cut or something like that. And I don't know, it doesn't look right on him.
Yeah, some of it does look weird. I mean, there are different layers of the armor, like the light armor. All the light armor I think looks all right on him.
Yeah, my Geralt should be sexy.
Goddamn right. The game is so pretty.
It really is.
So good looking. All right.
Thanks, Alex.
Aw, you're welcome. Let's get back to it. Hey guys, welcome back. No emails this week. All of our emails were E3 prediction related, so we burned through them. That voicemail we could have played, but here we are.
Yep.
In a post voicemail world.
Yep.
But if you'd like to email us, you can do it just like many people did today. I can't remember their names because I'm bad. Just like Carson and Craves did today. Craves, God, I still hope that's a real name. Let me know. Mailsack at irrationalpassions.com. That's MAILSACK at irrationalpassions.com. If you'd still like to send E3 predictions, I'm not going to stop you, but they might be a little outdated by the time next week's show goes up when we read them. So keep that in mind. Voicemail line is 404-590-1337. Standard long distance fees do apply. If you'd like to get a hold of any of us individually, Twitter is the best way. I am at OutFighter27. Scott is at WhatTechuz. Nobshin is at NabeShin186. And
That's
Tony's
exactly how you're supposed to say it.
and Tony's at Tony Horvath, all one word. Some other stuff, please rate and review us on iTunes and Stitcher. It helps us out a lot. Follow the site on Twitter at IrrationalPod. Go to VGEvo.com, check out the awesome forums and podcast network there that we are a part of. Go to our YouTube page, youtube.com/irrational. Watch me play The Legend of Zelda. No, I'm not playing those anymore. Sorry. It's habit. Watch me play Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door. I'll tell you, on many an episode of Paper Mario, I've already said, next time on Alex Plays Zelda, and I'm like, God.
Next time Alex plays Zelda, I play more Mario.
I play a Mario game. What am I doing? And, of course, tell your friends. Word of mouth is the best way to spread the love. And herpes.
Oh.
Actually, you can't get herpes by kissing someone with herpes. You can only get it if they, like, kissed your penis parts.
Oh,
If you had
those
herpes.
ones.
Fun fact. And check out the website, irrationalpassions.com.
What if the part that kissed the penis part touched your mouth?
Good question. We should consult a doctor.
If you're a doctor, please let us know.
Our closing topics is usually something off topic, not about video games, for us to talk about something. Does anybody have anything?
Let's talk about chlamydia.
The clap? What? No.
Well, I'm out of ideas.
Nabashin, do you have a question? Do we have an ass, or are we just gonna...
I was busy today. I didn't have time to think of anything.
Okay. Then we got nothing.
There's a new Monster Hunter.
Yeah, we know, alright? It's apparently much like a...
Why'd you say that in news?
Because I just thought about that because I was like, what questions could I ask? And I was like,
Because
let's talk
that
about
was
what
also
Scott's
kinda
doing in
like-
Monster Hunter.
Because Scott is doing fantasy life in Monster Hunter.
Oh, that's my favorite part of Monster Hunter.
The fantasy life part.
Monhun.
Yeah.
All right, let's just end the show. We've been going for 3 hours, plus I have to add a 30-minute segment to this. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Scott, for being on the show, as always. The glue of Irrational Passions podcast. Thank you, Nabashin, for being the other glue. The super glue of Irrational Passions podcast. Thank you all for listening. I love you guys so much for listening. That's it. That's all it takes to earn my love. Thank you to Danny Wiesner, or also known as Danny and Tori 2-Player Co-op, for our opening music of 2-Player Co-op, Player 2 Press Start, and our closing music of The World is Saved. Please go check out Danny's music. It's awesome. Give him throw him some dollars.
Throw money at him.
Throw money at him. And that's it. That's all I got. I've been your host, Alex O'Neill. Play your games. Stay irrational. We'll talk to you guys next week.
Totally off topic.
Huh?
Yeah?
I'd never realized The Witcher 3 didn't have any other.
Yeah, other, like, 0 people of color? How fucked up is that?
I don't think it's. Well.
It's kind of fucked up, dude.
I think it's like
Sure.
it's like sure, but at the same time, I think it's because kind of neglect.
Yeah, like, clearly no one, like, thought about it. And, like, it's really fucked up. All right, let's just move on.
I mean, no. Like, I
It
feel
would be more fucked up if they did, but they were asses about it.
Well, like, the what they said was, like, well, minorities are kind of represented by being elves and humans, or elves and dwarves and halflings. It's like, oh, so they're not human in the game. That's great. Like, I know it's, like, taking stuff on face value and it's very literal, but it's regardless, it's still kind of fucked up.
Sure, but like, I just never. I'm being a black person. I just never view like. This is just my.
Wait.
What?
You're black.
What? I'm making a fucking point, Tony.
Please stop it. No offense.
No.
No offense.
But being a black person, I just feel like I just never really view. This is just my personal thing. I never view video games that way. I always feel like, I guess we're going off topic now. So fuck it. This is the topic. Then.
Let's do it.
Yeah. I don't like I've always told you like that. I always view just people as people, and I always try to teach like my niece that people are just people, no matter what they look like or what they see. And so like when I play video games, like when I play Mass Effect, like or watch the fucking Flintstones or something like that. Even though like people of color aren't really that represented, like, and I realize I'm a special case. I've never really experienced racism like other people. I never felt like my race has ever been represented that much. I feel the female problem's more of a bigger issue than multicolored people. That's just me personally, but like I said, I feel people are people, and like the color of the skin doesn't really matter all that much. But like gender is a different issue that I feel like should change a little bit more.
Well,
but that's just
even then, even then, like take this out of context. What if female characters were never ever misrepresented in games? And
What do you-
instead, there was just a lot less of them. Would you still have the same problem? And like the answer is probably yes, but you wouldn't really notice it as much, I think.
That's a really good point. It's not that they're being misrepresented; it's that they're just not. They're absent, and like it's like a lie of omission, right? People kind of like write it off, and it's like, well, it's not as bad. You're not telling someone something, you're not thinking about it as much, but in reality, just by the lack of representation, it's still a mistake. It's still misrepresenting that person or that ethnic group or whatever. It's an issue. Like I agree with you, Nabishin. I'm passionate about both. I was really invested in stuff like Ferguson and stuff like Gamergate because the female representation and racial representation and stuff like I have really strong opinions about, and I'm very passionate about. It's really disappointing. It sours my experience with The Witcher 3 just a little bit. Like, not a lot. It's not ruining the experience, but it is an issue. And like I think by not regarding it and by saying like, well, it doesn't bother me, it's just like, we're enabling that issue.
Sure, I don't think it's like it shouldn't be said. There's a difference between saying I don't really notice it, so it's not an issue for me. Then saying like, oh, you shouldn't say that. It doesn't matter what. It's just play the game for what it is. Like if someone notices it and then points it out to them, I think that's totally a valid thing. But I don't think it should be like something that would like detract from the game, like a review score or something like that. Like I wouldn't say that shouldn't really detract it. I feel like the mention of it is 100% valid, but I wouldn't say like having that affect the review itself would be something.
It shouldn't really affect anyone's opinion of the game.
I think that's subjective though, because like
I can see that. I can see that too.
Yeah, if you were like Arab or something, it's like, well, there's 0 people of color in this game, and that's fucked up. And you were reviewing the game, I think that is totally valid to bring up in the review.
Yeah, it's always the case
like,
on case basis.
But there are a lot of dwarves.
There are a lot of dwarves, and they're supposed to be the Arabic people of this. No, it's just like that kind of like excuse, I think, for like well, minorities are reflected.
The excuse was bad.
Mm-hmm.
That's the worst part about it. The excuse.
Yeah.
Like, they could have come up, straight up said, sorry, we forgot about it.
That's almost just as bad, though.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you say? What do you say?
You don't
if you're
say
in a
anything,
bubble making a video game, but that's almost as bad, too. That's all I'm saying.
It's the lesser of the evils, right?
Is it?
Yeah.
Again, it's so subjective. Like
that's all I'm saying.
You're right. You're right. Like by not saying anything, again, lie of omission. It's just something we don't think about. But by acknowledging it, you're going to piss off some group of people and make some people feel better. And by acknowledging the other thing, it's the inverse of that. So there's no right answer, and like that's why people gotta start fucking thinking about this stuff more often when they're making video games.
Yeah, I mean that's just the world we're in now, and that's a good and kind of a bad thing, because it's like you have to think of so much that includes so much people that like that's the extra work and extra manpower and extra like we don't want to offend anybody, so like that's like an extra thought process to try and build what your art is, and like sure it's a lot of things.
Yeah,
like
It's a
Like I
it's a multifaceted, very complicated issue.
Yeah, like I said, I don't even really even blame them per se. Like I also think there's like a certain thing about like being a foreign country and where you're at and just what you're used to, and like there's a lot of things to that. Like even some cases where you have a different view how women are treated, like that's from a different culture. So like sure, like it's not accepted over here, and someone can be critical of that over here, but like like the worldview of it is like a little bit different as well. It's a weird thing. It's a really weird. I can't really like express it the way I want to, but like I don't really blame them for it. Sure, they got called out for it, and I'm kind of glad they got called for it so they can think about it a little bit more. But like I don't think they're that bad of people. Like I like it's more of like
No,
it's more
I don't.
it's more of a thing like
think
where
so
I
either.
feel like where people call someone racist when like when they're not really racist. Racism is a thing where like there's hatred involved. At least that's how I feel. Racism is involved when there's a hatred between like you're belittling somebody. Like this wasn't that. This is just something they just weren't aware of. Kind of like Tomodachi, like with not including gay people. It's not really that
Yeah.
they were being homophobic or something like that. It was just something that they didn't really think about, and that can happen. Like you're in a bubble when you're making a video game, so you don't really think of everything that you should, but things happen.
It's an organic mistake that does happen. Yeah.
But I guess that's all I really want to say about that.
Yeah. No, I'm glad. Like it's definitely a conversation I like to be a part of. I don't like bringing it up on this show because I think not all of us want to be a part of that conversation. I mean, Tony hasn't even said a thing over here.
Oh, Tony's racist, so we know.
I didn't even know Nabashin was black until just now.
No offense.
No offense. Let's talk about some titles. We can bring this up at a later date, maybe. When it's not 11 o'clock at night.
11:09.
11:09.
And you guys are playing
So-
the stream all night, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's your fucking excuse, motherfucker?
That's true. I mean, I'm tired. I've said what I've said, and
Yeah, like
it's an issue, and I want people to think about it more. Like it's not even a matter. I don't think CD Projekt Red's racist or anything. I'm not going to start jumping into hyperbole like that. I just want them to think about it more. And I
obviously.
think they've learned their lesson.
So titles:
Titles.
The Elder Scrolls 6, Jungle Fever Boogie.
This is something that happened during Brant and Mai's little conversation.
Okay.
It was very good. He thinks that they're going to announce Elder Scrolls 6 at the Bethesda press conference. And I'm like, what are they going to call it? He's like, just for Brant. I'm like, JFB? And then he said Jungle Fever Boogie, so there you go. You're caught up.
No offense.
No offense.
Shao Kahn in Kingdom Hearts 2. Overrated just a bit. You're in the know. That is not Edward Elric. I'll let you do this.
Crack.
There you go.
That's
Steampunk
because of
Demonborn.
Duck Game. I just thought about
Scott's.
it.
Game. It's so funny. Pauses.
Yeah, that. E3 prediction. Mario Dynasty Warriors. I'm still on my way.
I'm on my way! What do you guys like? I like the one that includes other ethnic groups. Sorry, I shouldn't be making jokes about this.
No offense.
No offense. I agree. Tony?
I don't think anything about these titles. I don't
Scott
think they were
doesn't.
there this week.
He abstains.
No offense?
No offense.
You don't like no offense, Scott? Did you even read the text thread? Probably not.
Not all of it, but I did get the
Okay.
no offense part. But like, it wasn't that good this time of the show, so I was like, eh.
Man, Scott, you got some high fucking standards for these titles. Steampunk Demonborn.
Well, I mean,
Uh,
normally the titles meet those standards.
Okay.
No offense.
No offense.
You see, now I'm on board with it.
He went on that
yeah.
entire
Irrational
rant.
Passions
so you can say
Podcast,
that.
episode 230.
No, it's too late, Tony. You fucked it. You got it. We're on the same audio track, so.
This is the Irrational Passions Podcast, episode 230.
Novision.
No offense.
There we go. That's how we do it. Thank you to people who watch. Thanks to everyone who watched the video version. We love you. Bye bye.